Hey guys, how's everyone doing? Yeah, I just put this up from Tammy. She said, hi everyone. Last night was a lot. It was a lot to take in, guys. Who saw Chris's interview at the house? I've got some stills I'm going to put up. I'm going to play a little bit of the video. Supposedly, he doesn't want people playing his video. I don't know. Personally, I would want people playing my stuff all the time, but if that's what he wants, that's what he wants. Kat, you there?
I'm here.
Okay.
Hello, everyone. I was still listening to that, but I can't find it.
So for people that are new, Summer Wells has been missing since June 15th. And like I said yesterday, and I've said many times before, I need an Excel spreadsheet for all of the different stories we're being told. All of them. It's becoming absolutely insane. What Maddie is saying right here, I 100% agree with, because when I was watching Chris's interview with Candace, for one, I felt sympathy for Candace. Did you get that, Kat?
You know, she seemed more human. You could relate to her. You know, she was relaxed. But, and I keep saying that, you know, I feel sorry for her. But we also have to think, this is what throws me off. I keep going back to, that was the day, a few hours after her sons were taken by CPS. So
I think it was a long time coming, my friend, and I think she knew it was going to happen. You know what I mean? What do you think? I know, Susan, it broke my heart too. Are you there, Kat?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're in.
Okay.
You got to find you a signal there, girl. Hang on. I'm going to make Snow a moderator real quick. Bear with me. If you guys hear an echo, it's because I have my a moderator real quick. Bear with me. Yeah, that's why. If you guys hear an echo, it's because I have my a moderator real quick. Bear with me. All right. So yeah, bear with me. Yeah, Ashley says, hi, Lynn. Hi, Susan. Hey, Snow, did you get that wrench? Hi, Jeannie. Hi, Francine. Ashley just says, I don't believe anything she says and does. I want to like her, but my spirit won't let me. It's really hard with all the different stories. It's so hard with all of the different stories. Have you guys seen the meme where the guy from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia and he's got Post-it notes everywhere? That's me with this case. That's me. All of the different stories, everything different. It's something all the time.
I just, if my daughter was missing, oh my God, it would be devastating. I wouldn't be able to walk. I wouldn't be in public, you know. But you would latch onto your 3 kids that are at home. A normal person would. And for these kids to have gone to CPS a few hours for this interview, She didn't seem upset. So every time I try to feel the sympathy for her and say, I kind of believe her, I go back to that.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate. I'm gonna play devil's advocate, and I know you can play along, Kat, because you're good at this. Have you heard of battered women's syndrome?
Oh, absolutely. Sure.
If you look at her history with Dawn and everything she's been through, like Little Minx just said right here, she would have been in bits. I would have been, I would still be in bed. Okay. Let me put it that way. If one of my children go missing, I'm of no help. I will be catatonic in a bed.
Yes, absolutely.
I will be wringing my hands, a mess. There is some system of control and abuse with Candace that she's like obedient.
Okay, if we want to go with that scenario, which it may well be a factor.
And like I said, I'm playing devil's advocate. That's why I like bouncing things off of you.
Candace also has domestic violence charges.
Yes, she does.
Candace looks like she can handle herself. I don't think Dawn really does push her around that much. She's not timid.
I wouldn't want to meet Candace in a dark alley. I can tell you that for sure. But that's like, that's what the internet does, and that's the new thing, because no one can figure this out.
Okay, and they keep saying that this had nothing to do with Summer missing, the boys being taken, and that is true. This is because Dawn went off the rails. Mm-hmm. Like I said yesterday, somebody told him that they had inside information from TBI that he knew that he sold his daughter, and he said he believed it. So he went off the deep end, started drinking and doing some more things. That's why they lost the boys. Now, I don't see anytime there's a missing child or something like this, the kids are always taken from the home. What took CPS so long? Them being gone has nothing to do with Summer. And CPS has been to that house many times, and they've never taken the kids. So I have little faith in the law enforcement there, or CPS, or any of this.
Lynn, I just saw your message, and I absolutely will. Ashley Marie, if you could check your notifications, I sent you a moderator's wrench. Snow just said, yep, Don said in an interview that he fell off the deep end and lost the boys because he believed them that he sold his daughter. Yeah, I'm going to go into that really quick. Do you want to do that first, Kat?
I want to answer Francine real quick. And actually, truthfully, Candace really hasn't wavered from her story. She hasn't. It was Dawn that was posting stories and Dawn that was posting the timeline. Candace's story really hasn't changed. She's only done 2 interviews. The one with WJHL, where she's got the tank top on inside out. And then this one here. Other than that, that's the only time she spoke to public. So, no, I can't see where she's really changed it. Some more details or, little minute things. But she does kind of stick with the same story. So, yes, I agree, Francine. I think the confusion comes in with Dawn. Dawn told the cops Candace went for a run. Dawn doesn't know how old his kids are. Dawn doesn't know how long him and Candace have been married. Dawn thinks the Jezebel spirit's out there. I don't know.
Now, me personally, I have counted several of her different stories, and that's just from her going back and forth in comments and on her own Facebook. And I think she gets confused. I don't think that she's very good with detail, obviously. I guess I need to give her a break, I guess. Well, my thing is, if your child goes missing, Kat, you're a mama. I'm a mama. Got a lot of mamas in here. One time, one of my children got away from me at the grocery store. I can tell you exactly what he had on, what time it was, what I was shopping for, what time we got there, the whole 9 yards. She can't give those details. The most real I have seen with her is with Chris.
Yes, yes. Something I have wanted to say. I seen something in the comments.
Little Minx is asking if Dawn was hiding in the shed while this interview was going on.
Well, let's discuss that shed. Candace said it's a mess in there. You really don't want to go in there. I don't let the boys go in there. But wait a minute, your house. Okay, if it's just tools in the shed, she said it was where he kept his tools. Well, there's tools laying everywhere. Okay, no big deal. Maybe he didn't want his tools being shown, for the world to see, whatever. But that house was a mess. And your boys go in that house, and you're letting Chris go in that house.
Mm-hmm.
So how can messy tools be an embarrassment when your messy house wasn't? That made no sense. But we have, with Candace's story, we have to add her intelligence level there. She's very simple. Probably, I won't say very low IQ, but, lower than the average. She's a very simple person. So when you add the intellect in there, I throw that variable in. So, yeah, her story's kind of not wavered far.
I'm just going to show this really quick, okay? First, I'm going to say that I'm not making fun of their house. They're doing a lot better for themselves than a lot of people are, okay? I know there's a lot of things that need to be done there. I agree. But when I saw Summer's bedroom, I didn't even really know what to think. And whoever watched the interview, I'm going to play a little bit of it. Like I said, Chris doesn't want people playing it. I'm just going to show a couple clips, what I think I can do, because, he's doing a service for the public, right? Maybe.
It's Fair Act. The Fair Act use.
It's what?
Fair Act use.
Okay, well, all right. I don't want to mess with that. Well, hang on one second. This picture of her bedroom really upset me to no end.
How where are the toys? Where are all these toys that Summer walks outside that door and plays with? Where are the toys, guys?
And she explained that her other son is in that room because he's only 9. That's fine. No one's even going there. But the way that she even crawled down into it to get there
could be a great hiding place. Yeah.
I was just blown away. I'm like, what am I looking at? Please, someone tell me. I gotta go back to that. Hang on.
The way that bar is, if you wanted to hide someone there, if you slid that bar over, you would never know that opening was there. It's like something they could easily hide and hold someone hostage in. This is
look at the bed. Look at the bed.
I don't even know where the bed is.
I know. Well, look at that. What is this right here?
It looks like the floor, maybe. I'm still trying to find the mattress. Is that a mattress there?
It is. Yep.
Okay.
It is. It is what it is, but if you, like I said, if you saw the interview last night, I'm going to play a little bit of it. Okay, I think I'm kind of feeling salty today. It would be impossible for someone to get down in there and kidnap her.
I don't see it.
Well, I mean, just seeing what Candace had to do, she even told Chris, she's like, well, my husband's a 6-foot man. He can get down there. So how did they get in there? How did they get in there?
I don't see Dawn doing that every night to go to bed. It just doesn't. And then she says the boys have like 80 pairs of pants, 80 changes of clothes. Then why are they begging you putting clothes on the GoFundMe?
That's just called opportunity. That's it. People are willing to donate, and that's what they're doing. You know what I mean? Lynn, you're exactly right. When I saw that, they are a lot closer to a big road. But the thing is, for Summer to get down there to the big road, that's a lot of terrain. That's a lot of trees and stuff to get around. That's a lot. That's a lot of stuff. I'm still back to put this up. Maybe that one shows it. Yep. Hang on. Okay, so there's Grandma's camper, and there's damn dogs everywhere. She even said in the interview there were 7 under the house. So either by happenance, Summer made it down to the road and someone grabbed her, because we know no one came up that driveway. We saw that. Why on earth would all of those damn dogs not do something? Smokey said, people are talking about starting to GoFundMe for the dogs. Yeah, save the dogs if you want. I mean, that's nuts. I mean, there's like 7 under the house. Yep, Snow, she said, can we talk about the workers that were working behind the house prior to Summer missing and the day she went missing? Why wouldn't any of that be mentioned by TBI? TBI didn't put any of that in their press conferences. They haven't put any of that public. But I think that is something that definitely needs to be brought up. There have been people around that house for actually weeks up until June 15th. And aren't these people on Dawn's crew? Aren't they? Ashley said as soon as Chris said hi to the dogs, they barked. Yeah, they did. Take that down. All right, I'm going to show this just real quick.
All right, so let's pick it up from where, and I'm going to just use this little one. Is that okay? Okay, so from where, when you got home, now she's leaning.
My mom's truck car seat.
Okay, your mom's truck's right here.
Yes.
Okay, so when she's leaning against the milk. Is she sleeping?
She was sleeping, yes.
Okay, from exhaustion from that day.
Yeah, she was. Where I woke her up early and she just sleeps until 9, 10, even 12 o'clock if I let her.
Okay, how did the milk bottles get rearranged? Hunter said he had them on the floor and then he put them next to him.
They weren't.
Is that
no.
Okay, so walk me through that.
When we dropped them off, they were actually still on his lap,
Okay,
and he put them on the other side of Summer.
okay, so he reached over.
Yeah, he set them over there by that. It was a black tote she had in there.
Okay, was there? Where's that tote at?
I think actually my mom's got it still in her truck. It's got a bunch of cramps and stuff in it.
Okay, got it. And now from when you pulled up, did she just fall asleep next to that?
She fell asleep, I'd say maybe 5 minutes on the road.
Okay, got it. And then, so walk me through, you get home, you take the groceries inside. Is Don home, by the way?
No, he's
Okay,
not.
okay,
Actually, I parked the truck, and I opened both doors. It's really hard because this lawnmower of his. But I opened the doors up, and I shook her. I said, wake up, we're at home. She jumped right up,
okay.
like nothing. I unbuckled her, and I said, come on. And I said, Mom, I'll be right back. So went in there, and got the boys, and they were sitting on the table. And I said, come on, let's get the groceries out. And we brought them all in the house, went through them all, and all that.
And this is that's her swing.
That's her swing right there.
Come show me her swing. Why is this, and who's this?
That is Smoking Boots. That's my boy's cat.
And how many dogs do you have here on the property? About?
Honestly, I don't know because People just keep dropping them off.
Hi. I know. Okay.
All right, so you all saw that. I mean, he's walking around. Obviously, there's a lot of people at the property at any given time. Yep, Tasha, I agree. And I mean, you can hear the dogs. You can hear the dogs. I mean, they would have barked at something. They would have barked at someone strange there. They would have barked at someone. I mean, I don't get it. I'm not a detective, not trained. I'm not law enforcement. Chris is. And you know, that's probably the reason he was so broke up at the end of his video yesterday. Did anyone pick up on that? He seemed very sad. He just seemed conflicted is the word I'm trying to use. Oh, Lynn, I know. It was really hard to watch. Very hard to watch.
Okay. Sorry. So this is her swing.
That's her swing.
This is her playground.
Yep.
She loved this area. Boy, you know, I'm looking at this, and this terrain, Candace, just strikes me as being so dense and just. Is that what they say, the dog trail? Where's this dog trail thing? That
I'm not sure, honestly.
there's so many of them.
The dogs go in every different.
Yeah, I saw the dogs came out of the woods as we were pulling up.
Yeah,
Okay.
they do that all the time.
Okay.
That trail right there, my boys, they ride those dirt bikes that are leaning against the truck over there.
Okay.
You can see there's one of them.
Okay.
And they
Those are like 50 cc's, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one ain't. I think it's only like 25, I think.
Okay.
But yeah, they go on that trail with their dirt bikes and then come back up on the road, up on the driveway and go around and stuff.
What was it about this swing that is just so important for her?
She just liked to swing. All the kids did.
Now, I don't want to talk about the boys right now because I know that's, you know, another part of your heart, okay? And that's none of my business.
Right.
I'm not here for any, you know what I mean? I'm not here to judge anybody, right?
Right.
I'm here to talk about Summer and help you find Summer, okay? And help anybody help find her, okay? That messaging. Okay, so you go into the house. Can I follow you in, or you comfortable with that? Huh? And is this they're gonna attack me?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm teasing. The dog's gonna attack me. So,
All right, and I'm not picking. I kind of got beat up in comments yesterday and comments put on the page. But you see where she walked from the area she was to where they're going in now. I'm gathering that is where she took Summer by the hand and walked her over. And cat's I mute her mic till she's got it ready. Took Summer by the hand and walked her over. I still don't, you know, I hate calling people liars. I really do. But I've just never heard of anyone walking their child to the porch. It just makes no sense. I don't get it.
this is the scaffolding you're talking about.
Yeah, that's my. Yeah.
Okay, so she comes up, jumps up, and goes right in.
Yep.
Okay. How many cats? You know what? You should have like a zoo license. You know, I'm seeing all kinds of critters, which is good. Okay, where's Summer's bed?
Oh, it's in the basement.
Got it. Okay. So what happens when she comes in? The boys are playing where?
No, the boys are sitting here.
Okay.
And they're actually sitting right here at the table watching TV.
Okay, so they're at the table.
Yeah,
watching TV. Okay.
They were all locked in. Nobody could get in. Nobody could get out.
Okay.
Kind of
Now who's this on up here?
that's my little sister that's missing.
Oh, that's Rose.
That's Rose.
Oh, wow. Yep. Wow. And who's the guy?
That's her ex-husband.
Wow. How's your mom deal with that?
It's difficult.
Yeah, I know. You know I know, right? So, okay, watching TV. Where's Summer?
Summer, she was with me.
Okay, so walk me through that.
All right, well, we walked up in here and we got Josie, Wyatt, and Waylon, the boys.
Right, you put the groceries down, right?
Yeah, well, we went back out and then we brought the first and put them down. And then Mom, she took her stuff to her house,
Okay,
and then, of course, me and Summer went back over, put our stuff away.
okay. You went back in.
Yeah, me and Summer went back in the house. And then we were just doing.
Does anybody get weird vibes about the red barrel that's always in that yard?
That's been painted over, that no longer sells for sale.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bill brought that up yesterday. I want to back up just a minute. I was having difficulties and got a phone call and stuff. But anyway,
That's okay, honey.
Candace uses absolute terms like never. My kids would never go anywhere. But the dirt bikes, they ride through the trails. But they never go anywhere. They would never do that. So, you have to be careful when communicating with using absolute terms because never is a pretty strong word.
Yeah, and she generalizes
Yes,
sometimes, and then sometimes she's absolute. Just like when they were at the creek or the swimming hole, and she knew exactly. Hunter went that way. I got that twisted tea from my mom.
Yeah, that's just communication on her part is very bad. What was your question about the scene that you just showed? The bad vibes. Yeah. Something's really off.
Well, Snow, in all honesty, how could you search the house? I mean, I'm watching this and I'm like, how could you go through it? All right, hey, I'm gonna go this next part real quick, guys.
Normal stuff.
Okay.
On the house, like we normally do. And I come out, Mom was sitting there at the time I come out and I'm standing here. I was like, what are you doing? What are you staring at? She's like, we gotta get them checked. I was like, what? I'm gonna help her, so I went back in. By that time she was sitting on the floor playing with her toys.
Right here?
No, in the kitchen where we were just at.
Okay.
She was actually sitting on the floor playing with the toys at that time. I said, Summer, you want to help plant flowers? And she jumped up, left her toys and us, of course. That's cool.
Yeah,
So
that's what kids do. It's their job.
What?
Okay.
We walked over here and we transplanted from the little pots that they were in. We transplanted these ones here into this bigger pot and that one into that bigger pot. And then she took the rocks that we've gotten from different gem mines when we went up to Gatlinburg and stuff.
Okay.
And she's the one that spreaded all the rocks around in here. And then she put her puppies in here. She wanted to chase them there,
Okay. Where are those puppies now?
What do you mean?
Oh, the little puppies from ruins.
Yeah, these little.
Oh, yeah, those little guys. Oh, that's Paw Patrol.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the police one.
Yep, that's Chase. He's always on the case.
Okay. Okay. Oh, I see another one over here.
You're on the cactus.
Okay. Don't take those out. Okay.
No, I leave them right there. Then we went into Mom's room. We can't get in there.
Yeah, that's right. Went in there.
We went in there and got Grandma.
Okay.
And I said, well, we're going to go back over to the house. She wanted to go back, so I said I'd go back,
Okay.
And I brought her, I literally walked over to here. I literally walked right to here where I could see the boys and on the kitchen table.
Got him.
And I watched her walk in there. And afterwards, when she was already in there, I walked over and said, quiet. And he looked at me and I said, watch Cynthia, I'll be right back. And that's when I walked back over to my mom's.
Okay.
And I was fixing her brace and stuff like that. And I said, well, Mom, I got to go back over with the kids. And that's when I come back up into the house.
Okay.
With the boys.
Okay. You walked into the house.
Well, I walked into here. Yeah. I walked in here and them three were sitting right here in row with their eyes glued to the TV, like always. And I said, boys, where's your sister at? Well, she just went downstairs and on the plate. So I I went over here like this. So this is where those stairs are.
Okay.
It's actually down under there.
Oh, down into her
Down into
bedroom.
our bedroom, and then hers is on the other side.
Oh, okay, in the basement.
Yeah, in the basement.
Well, this makes sense now, see?
And then I yelled and I said, Summer, Summer. And she didn't. I listened for a minute. I didn't hear nothing. So I went like this. This is how I would get down here.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to come down here now.
Do I gotta be tiny to get in there?
No, you should.
Can we come in from the other side?
Well, we can, but it make more sense if you went this way.
Okay, I'll follow you. Oh, man. Good grief,
No, I know
girl.
if my 6-foot husband can fit down here, you can.
Huh?
My husband's 6 foot. I know if he can fit you down.
This. Oh, my gosh. Way to go.
This is my.
So again, I'm not picking on how they live, but let's think about what they're saying. Both Candace and Dawn are saying that she was abducted from that room. How did they get in? How did anyone get in?
Doesn't make any sense. Do y'all hear a kitten in the background screaming? You know, those cats are very small.
Yeah.
This is something that bothers me. Those kittens are probably 4 or 5 weeks old. I didn't see a mama cat, you know. They're obviously staying in the house. The kittens are. So what? Did they go get kittens to replace Summer?
I don't know, but she even said earlier in the interview, she said people just drop off animals on their property.
Yeah, but those dogs aren't in the house.
No.
Just strange. You got a kitten that your daughter never seen. She probably wanted a little cat. She probably wanted a kitten.
Yeah. And in my opinion, I mean, the whole thing about her going down in the basement, she just says her and Dawn's room is down there too. Dawn could have been down there on a tutor and got mad at her. Who knows?
How? I mean, I don't see you intoxicated or on drugs going in and out of that. Hold on, something's going on with my phone.
And my husband's room.
Okay.
And over here, well, it's a mess again.
That's all right.
But this is where Summer and little Waylon was. Because Waylon's only 9.
Okay.
And they stayed down here. And these are all her toys, all her Paw Patrol,
All her movies. She's got a movie about the
The
Savior.
boys I brought back down here after she went missing because I didn't want them upstairs by themselves anymore.
Okay. And this is all her toys.
These are all her toys. All these toys that are down here are staying are all hers, except for like the trucks and the teenager.
No, crime time. No one has ever verified that Dawn was really at work. Dawn said that Candace called him when he gave his interview and he started getting on Facebook. But no, I have not read anything that he was actually at work. Now, Hunter said he was at work with 2 of the boys.
Let's just throw Hunter out of the mix.
Yeah, I agree.
Hunter thinks he knows.
Kim and Allie, that interview was so coached by her. You better say this, you better say this, you better say that. Because you know she's got CPS problems there. You saw that hot mess, Kat.
Oh yeah, you know, Grandma, Allison's mom has like 4 charges of child endangerment from February, March of this year. So I don't know, but you know, it's the lifestyle. And you know, guys, I'm going to say this too, whether I believe Candace or not, maybe she didn't do anything. It was probably an accident or either a
No,
sympathizer.
crime time. Kat, she has a question. She said, let's just throw Hunter out of the mix because his interview was worthless.
What was I saying? Oh my God, I lost my train of thought.
Sorry.
Whether Candace did or didn't do anything, Summer's missing is directly related to their lifestyle. Neglect. Okay, this is what Candace is guilty of in my mind. Without a doubt. Without a doubt whatsoever. Neglect. Look how those kids are living. We never see Summer clean. I mean, rarely see her clean. She's got clothes on her that are 2 or 3 sizes too big. The shoes in that one picture where she's at the aquarium are literally 3 or 4 or 5 inches too big for her feet. Who
Right.
does that? The kids are always at the ER. Yes, they're rambunctious little kids. But, I have 6 kids. 1 broken bone. Never an ER visit for a head injury or stitches or anything. 1 broken arm. So, neglect. And somebody probably sympathized and wanted Summer to get her out of that mess. But it's all directly related, whether she did something to Summer or not. It's their lifestyle, the way they lived, the drugs, the alcohol, passing out in a park, stoned out of your mind. Candace just got arrested and went to court June 3rd for disorderly conduct. So,
I mean, and I just saw a comment. Yeah, Summer is a tomboy. She is a tomboy. Of course she is. No one's saying she's not. We're talking about the fact that she has disappeared. There is not a scent of her. There's nothing. No story matches up. Nothing matches up.
there are 287,000 missing kids a year.
Uh-huh.
1% are stranger abductions.
I know. We
When
just
you
talked
put-
about that the other day. We just talked about that.
Let's factor in their location. This isn't a busy street, out in the middle of town. So let's take 1/10 of that 1% off for that. Okay. So we got 0.9% now. Because it wasn't just somebody that rode by and seen a little girl standing on the side of the road. So then let's deduct the story, which slight variation, and it just doesn't make sense. Because nobody come in that house past those boys and went down that hole and come back up or went out the back door with Summer. Because Grandma and Candace were right around the corner in the backyard. They didn't hear Summer make a noise or even talking to the person that took Summer. Wouldn't Summer be talking to the person if it was someone she knew? Would you not hear 20 feet away your child talking to a person? That just, it's like when you factor it, it's not even a half of a percentage that it was stranger. It just can't be.
Well, let's look at stranger abductions. Okay, let's look at them. Let's talk about that. We know John Benet Ramsey. We know
That's
Adam
never been
Walsh.
solved.
We know Elizabeth Smart. We know J.C. Dugard. And I mean, they either all wanted something or they were very random. Like the Morgan Nick Foundation out of Alma, Arkansas. They still don't know what happened to her. They still have no idea. And her mother's been fighting this entire time to find out who did it.
Keynote, fighting. Candace isn't fighting to find out what happened, neither is Dawn.
No, they've got other things going on. But Adam was in public. Elizabeth was taken out of her home, and that's for sure, but it was someone they knew. Okay. Yeah. Morgan was taken from a softball field. That's a public place. JC was taken in public. And when you see her going around the house and she says, this is how you get down to the basement, the bedroom. Who the hell would even know that?
You guys see how the house is. I don't even see how those kids slept comfortably in there. Let's add 4 more people to the mix. Jose and Allison doing the Humpty Dumpty with her 2 kids there. Where's all this activity taking place? And I didn't see a bedroom door between Candace's room and Summer's room. And I still believe it was porn on the TV. I don't know if anybody else caught that. I said from the very first second it was porn. I feel like it was porn on the TV when they walked in that room.
I could kind of see what it was. I didn't really want to blow it up. Okay. You know, YouTube kind of has a thing about porn on there, but that was some nasty stuff going on that TV.
Somebody asked the first place to start. I didn't catch the name, that they were new to the case. For facts, I would go to WJHL. It's a local news station there. It has the very first interviews on it. Start there. That's the best place.
Okay, Crime Time says it wasn't porn. Looked like it to me. I don't know. I'm really not, just like the Twisted Tea, whether Hunter drank it or not, that's really not a piss and match I'm getting into.
Yeah.
I mean, I believe that Hunter did drink it. I mean, for whatever reason,
Absolutely.
it doesn't really matter to me at this point.
Yeah.
I don't think Allison gives a shit. I mean,
no. Yeah. Where does Grandma get the gas money? Now, remember, these people are so broke. They don't even have a full-size refrigerator in there. Look at their house. The money she's spending on Twisted Tea and vapes and going to Gatlinburg and all these places. Yes, they're fun for her kids. But you need to clean your own doorsteps and take care of your own home before you're spending money on unnecessary things. I'm on vacation. Well, if you can call it vacation, it's been hell so far. I'm in Wyoming. I live in Kansas. I am 15 hours away from my home. I'm here for a week to visit my grandson and my daughter who's pregnant. But I just remodeled my bathroom right before I left. You know, not that it needed it. It just had a shower. I wanted a bathtub. So I put a new bathtub, not a cheap one either. Lord, you know, take care of your stuff before you spend money on unnecessary things. When you're at the poverty level they are, having a brand new car that Candace can't fit all 6 of them in, and that home they could buy a single wide trailer and have it out there for Candace's car payment.
well, let's talk about this. How they spend their money is their thing. But I mean, how much money do you have to be cleanly?
You know, my mom, I don't even know how old she would be right now. I think she was born in 47. She passed when I was 20. But she said her and my dad's first house literally had a dirt floor in it. And my mom's thing, and my mom was very sick throughout her life, very sick. This is back in the 70s, and she was a severe diabetic and toes amputated and all kind of stuff. But my mom always said, and my mom could barely walk, but our house was spotless. My mom never drove, never drank, never smoked cigarettes, nothing, never had a job in her life. My dad was a good provider. But my mom said it doesn't matter, because I hated cleaning as a kid, you know. All kids do. And
I don't like to clean now.
she said my house is always pretty spotless. But she said, you know, it doesn't matter what you have as long as it's clean. She said, I swept those dirt floors every day. She said, you know, being clean doesn't cost a dime. It doesn't matter how little you got or how much you got. All, you know, as long as it's clean.
And that's the truth, but I don't believe they're poverty level. I believe that the land they're sitting on is worth a lot of money. And I know for a damn fact, the job he has, the work he does, makes a lot of money. Makes a lot of money. It just kind of seems like we have a lack of ambition around the ranch, if you know what I mean.
Yes, and a lack of motivation to achieve something in life. They're content on that. See, Don's mother passed away and he got all that property. I mean, it's 11 acres. Needs a lot of cleaning up. It was on sale for Zillow for $70,000. Candace did put it on sale. And I want to touch on something, and it has nothing to do with this video.
Hang on, for the whole 11 acres?
Yeah, 70,000. I mean, it's Tennessee. It's not. Yeah, it's not prime real estate.
Oh, I get it's not South Dallas, but that does surprise me. Obviously, she didn't shop around too much, but it is what it is. Either way, I mean, they have equity, they have value. He makes money. I mean, drywall work is hard.
Well, Dobbs was going to buy the 2 acres for $7,000. next to them. So, this does have nothing to do with this video, but does anybody remember the sister that come out that admitted it was actually the niece, and I think her last name was Howard, that said yes, the boys have been taken away from Dawn. This was just a couple of days ago over the weekend. And she said, you know, he's calling grandpa, and I mean, there was a big what to do about it, and calling his dad, and he has Alzheimer's, but that family has never met Candace or Summer. They've only met Dawn and the boy he had with him when he went up, which is kind of odd because Candace was going to move up there. That's why she put the place up for sale. I think this was in March of this year.
Mhm.
But anyway, I've seen pictures on Candace's Facebook where they were in Utah with the kids, Candace, Grandma, 3 boys in Summer in
Right.
Utah, but never met them. That's kind of strange, ain't it?
It's extremely strange. And he went there for a month and then left. He was actually going to enroll the one boy in school there.
He did, but the boy ended up not going to school.
Yeah.
He never took him to school. I'm trying to catch up in chat.
Hang on, I'm going to put this back on for just a second. I want everyone to see something.
Ninja Turtles in the game system. That's the boys' list.
Okay.
But them are all her toys.
And she's really into Paw Patrol. I see
Yeah,
it.
I've been collecting from day one. And these are all her little ponies that we have bought. And then these are them girls that she likes.
What do they call these? Oh, this is little pony bracelets.
Yeah, I don't know what they were really called. But she liked them, and so I just, every time I go to the garage, I'd buy her what she wanted.
Okay.
You know, whenever I got a little bit of money, I spend it on the kids.
Yeah, this is her. This is. I understand her now.
Yeah.
Even better. Thank you.
You're welcome.
This is really important.
But yeah, I come down and I searched. I looked up underneath the beds under there. We can't really get on. I can't get on there.
Yeah.
But I looked under there, looked under every blanket I could possibly look under.
Yep.
And then I come over here and I look on one side and see underwear. And I don't recall if this was locked or not. I don't recall that.
Okay.
But I know it's hard on her. But I know I did come out here and I said, Summer. Because sometimes she'll sit right here and just sit here and play just for, you know. And usually when she comes out and she goes directly that way up to the swing.
Oh, okay, so this is like her.
Yeah,
where she come running out. Oh yeah, you can see the path here.
Right to the swing.
Right, you can see where she could have run right up to
and
here.
this is all the further she would go. She wouldn't leave.
Okay.
She wouldn't go nowhere else.
Okay. I want to go around this side. What is this blue thing here?
Oh, that was we were putting trash in it,
Okay.
and we did have a trash can at the time, but it stopped running.
Oh wow.
I got lost this.
Okay, I'm gonna film around this side. Now walk me through what's this little
Oh, that right there?
little cave thing there.
That's not really a cave. Actually, we built this addition, me and Donnie and my kids,
Oh, okay.
and we left this part open because at the time we did have little puppies. These dogs were little puppies, and we let them go under there. They would run in and out of the bricks over there. There's actually 7 pups up under there now,
Okay.
and it's always been open like that.
Somebody mentioned drug-ridden Ben Hill Road in chat. Oh, I thought you had it off. Don mentioned in one of his interviews that someone was, the only thing they get around there, a bunch of drug addicts and drug dealers coming up and down the street in his area. You can't see the street from their house, so how would he know that?
That's what I want to know too. And someone just said in chat, when she brought up in one of their first interviews, she brought up her sister being missing. And Dawn kept saying, careful, careful. Why?
Yeah.
Why? Why are you going to be careful? You've got 2 missing people in your family.
See, that factors in too. How strange is it for one family? For Candace to have a sister and daughter, both female, come up missing. You guys, I think the key to this is grandma.
Yeah, grandma's something else, and she's the only one. The only thing she has said is she's not accepting friend requests. I mean, are you serious? She's not accepting friend requests.
But from
I
Rose
never
Meyer.
understand why people engage with social media when you've got something so pressing and emotional going on in your life. Why on earth would you fuck with internet strangers? I'll never understand it.
Well, Rose Meyer was essentially a stranger. They hadn't talked through all the years. And then Rose Meyer pops in the picture. And that's one lady I would really just like to get my hands on right there. She thinks she's some great PR person and knows this. And oh my God, I know why Don doesn't like her now, because that wouldn't fly around me. I'll take care of my own business.
Right.
Whether I'm doing bad or good at it, I don't need some stranger like Rose Meyer coming in and telling me what to do. Now,
Guys, I'm going to put the link up. Don't be shy. Don't be scared. No one's going to ask your name. Just grab it anytime you want to jump in and talk.
Yes, because I don't know how much longer I'm going to be able to be on. The granddaughter and grandsons meet me in a few minutes.
Okay.
So, but
Yeah.
Don posted on Facebook that his attorney told him he couldn't talk anymore. But he's back posting today.
So they got a little Jack Russell.
Yeah, actually, the gentleman that lives over there in the other trailer across the street actually has the mom of that dog there.
Mm-hmm. Got it. Hey, can I go look? No.
Go look, but that's a mess.
No.
So Chris has seen everything, but can't go in there. I'm not saying Summer's in there, but I've got a feeling old Don's hiding in there.
You know, there's certain areas that Chris just doesn't show the ground. In the beginning, he's showing the trees. There's something on the ground. Maybe it's beer cans. I don't know. But he's showing those trees. Why doesn't he show the ground? It's like he purposely doesn't show that ground. And guys, listen, they knew CPS was coming. They knew CPS was coming, so they cleaned the place up. So this isn't what it normally looks worse than this, if you could imagine. Maddie, you said something about a trailer. And it's my belief that this home is actually a camper like Candy Cane has on the property, and they've really just built around it. That's what I feel. I don't feel it's a mobile home. I feel it's like a camping trailer that maybe Dawn's mom lived in, and then Dawn has kind of built this thing. But you know, you guys see all those extension cords hanging? You see all the electrical wires? That is a big hazard. Nothing is up to code in this house. And I get it, if you live outside the city limits, code probably doesn't matter in a lot of areas. But this is just a hazard a tragedy waiting to happen. Can you imagine if the house burns up with those kids down in that basement and they can't get out? On top of it, 2 missing kids or 2 missing relatives, and then a house fire that kills somebody. You know, I have bad luck. Believe me, I have bad luck.
Well, there's not a lot of codes in rural areas. There's just not. There's no inspector that's going to come out and say, I mean, there's people that don't even have septic systems, believe it or not.
Yeah. Well, in Tennessee, a lot of people have lagoons. And lagoons are just like an open, your poop literally goes into an above ground like pond. We had one in Missouri. The first time I seen a lagoon was when we were looking to buy our Missouri house. We looked in Tennessee first, and we didn't know what a lagoon was, but it's above ground, and it's like a 10 by 10 square, the ones we seen, and your poop literally just goes into it.
Or you have basically a septic tank with lateral lines that go out into your yard. I mean, it's different everywhere. It really is. Not everyone lives in town, you know. I don't know. The way that he kept showing the woods and things like that, I think Chris was pointing at something.
You know, Chris told us in our interview, you know, he hit on those. I think they're the little beanie babies with the big bug eyes. He told us the first day of Candace's interview, he said, you guys wait. You all have a different perception of what that doll is that she's talking about. Wait till you find out what it is actually is tomorrow. Well, what was it? I don't know. Is Chris going to do a third part? I don't know.
I thought he said no. I thought he said no. I thought he said after this, he's done with it.
All right, guys, my daughter's pulling up. We're heading into the store. I will catch you guys later.
All right. Bye, sweetheart.
Okay, no, it's okay. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, no worries. I don't want to get in.
I don't want to get hurt.
Well, and you know what? I don't want other people to.
I don't let my kids in there either.
Yeah, no problem.
It's not a place for
I totally respect that. That's not an issue. But I think this is interesting because this is, you can really clearly see where she runs on this path down here.
It's not the prettiest house in the world.
Huh?
I said it's not the most beautiful house in the world.
You know what? It's a house.
It's a
You know what? You know, God forbid, you know, anybody judge you for having a bad house. You know, I mean, it is what it is. At least you're putting food on the table and trying to do your best. I saw. And then this is over here. This is where you do your fire for the kids. Is that an old generator?
Yeah.
Does it work? No, did it at some point?
It worked like over 14, 15 years ago, way before I was here.
Old school bus, you gonna turn that into a camper?
That was my mom's plan. I literally actually rode that bus when I was a little kid.
Whenever I see a school bus, I always ask that question.
I did.
Hi, Kay. What's going on?
Hey, I was just here to listen. I have nothing to add.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. Stay right there. We'll discuss. Hang on.
Okay, tell me about it.
Me and my mom and Summer and the two boys, not Josie, he went north, but Wyatt and Waylon rode up to north to get that from my mom's friend's house. And I drove a truck and she drove the school bus back.
That's awesome. This is rough terrain. Let's go look at the. Tell me about this area over here.
This is just pretty much scrap metal, really.
And do you trade the scrap metal in for cash?
No.
Sometimes, no.
No, it just sits there.
And this is Mom's trailer right here.
This is my mom's camper.
Okay. And these are the flowers.
Yeah.
With her little buddies. I'm gonna get a good picture of that. Her Paw Patrol. This is so sweet. These are Summer's little toys there. There's one there. Then there's this guy right here. Then this is Casey on the case.
It's Chase.
Okay. I love it.
Got Chase on the case and you got Rubble on the double.
And you have, obviously, somebody made you a cool shirt. I want to show everybody that shirt again. That Mom on Patrol. for summer. Wow. And this is that road down behind the property. Back there you can see. So, Miss Candace, while I'm out here, is there anything that you feel is important that you'd want to tell the world that I haven't asked you, that you want to let them know?
Not really, just hope that everybody that's looking for her, that we can find her, bring her home safely.
Okay.
She was very precious to me.
Okay. And the authorities are working hard on this.
Yes, from what I understand, yes.
Okay. And, you know, we're going to let them do their job.
Yes, sir.
Right?
That's right.
And you're cooperating, obviously.
Yep.
Okay.
100%.
Okay. And now there is a rumor about these polygraph tests. Clear that up.
All right. The first one that I took, and I didn't really take it because they kind of threw me in the back of the squad car, so I was really upset and, you know, just I was crying my eyes out.
Okay.
And so when I got up there to the courthouse, we tried to do it, but I couldn't do it.
Okay.
So we waited a few days, and then I went back and I did it, and I passed it.
Okay.
So that was that.
Okay. And then what about the rumors of this relationship situation with Hunter?
You crazy?
I
I got a husband and 4 kids
Okay.
that I love to death.
Okay. Okay.
To me, Hunter was another one of my kids.
Okay.
That's how I felt about any kid.
Okay. Now, when I was on the phone with you yesterday briefly, you said he got the story out of order.
Yeah.
Okay. But it sounded like he was kind of telling the truth there.
He was kind of telling the truth, but the way he was telling where we went and how we did it was all twisted up.
What?
All right, can you guys hear me? Kay, are you there? Sasha, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm here.
What is she talking about? He's kind of telling the truth, but he got things twisted up. Whose truth is he telling? That's what I want to know.
Is she talking about Hunter?
Yes.
That I don't know. I just brand new to this.
Sasha, are you there? You just chimed in.
Yes, I'm here. I'm not quite to be honest, I don't really know like exactly what she means about the Hunter situation. I just feel like the situation between her and Hunter is just back and forth, just to keep the real focus off of what really happened. I think that Chris is trying to point out that something happened at Candace's house with that swing. Because if you go to his first video that he did with his first interview with Candace, Chris asked Candy what she felt really happened, and Candace mentioned the swing, and then Chris began to ask her again about that swing, but he edited that part out of the video. If you go back to it, and if you see that video with Candace and Don in their interview where they were sitting down and Candace looked like she was a little high on something. Well, she mentioned the swing again during that time as well.
Well, and that was the first interview. She was sedated. There was something going on in that first interview, Sasha.
Yes, I agree with you, but she mentioned that swing though. She mentions that swing. It's something about that swing. She mentions that swing there. She mentions that swing again during that first interview at the water hole with Chris, and Chris edited out that part about that swing because it's something about it. And on top and after that, when they went back up to the house, if you look at the where they're at when Chris asked her to tell him about the swing, her whole demeanor changes. When she picks up the kitten,
Mm-hmm.
her whole demeanor changes. She looks sad. She takes off her hat for a minute, and the whole she talked every other time except for there.
Right.
Like it was something going on there. And I know you haven't got towards to the end of this video, but Chris also mentions the swing again, that he loves that swing. And then he starts showing pictures of Summer. Like I think Chris is onto something with that swing and believe that, something happened regarding that swing.
Well, I agree because he's focused on certain things and it's not the things they've been talking about. Did you
Exactly.
notice that?
Yes, exactly.
Because the things they have emphasized, he's not concerned about. And for those of you that don't know who Chris is, I mean, he's a former detective. I mean, he's interviewed a lot of people. And he asked certain questions, which most of us would never think to ask. Like he was all about the seating order, all about the milk. I mean, he asked questions that most of us would be like bored with. Like, why are you asking about that?
Yes, I totally agree with you. And also I wanted to ask, what do you think about I'm still looking at videos, but what do you think about the milk when Summer was in the car? Could that have been like way after the fact of the swim hole and all of that, and Hunter back at home, and Candace and her mother may have went out again and maybe, did whatever they did to Summer, took Summer wherever they took her? Could that, because I don't know like the timing of all that with the
last thing that I have read that's public is the last scent they had of her from the canines was at the end of the driveway.
Okay, because that picture of that Candace mother took with Summer in the back with the milk with the hands propped up is the last pic of her, right? It's the last picture of her, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but the thing is, I mean, if something happened at the swimming hole and she was truly in distress back there, I mean, I don't know them, I don't know their mind frame, but why would you take a picture of that?
But that's what I'm saying. I don't think it happened at the sinkhole. I think it happened way after that. I think it happened during the time on that property when they
Oh, I
came
think it
back.
did too. I think it did too. And
And,
that's why this video is so eerie, Sasha, because we're looking at the crime scene.
yes, I agree.
And
I
I
agree.
cannot believe what really gets me is in so many cases, they make the family leave.
Yes.
They make them leave the house. They'll put them in a hotel. If they want to go see family, that's fine. Whatever. Usually they're put in a hotel. Okay. They're taken way away. And by the way, we have a lot of new people in here. Welcome. 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 If you guys could hit subscribe, and then hopefully the reminder works. Anytime we go live, you'll be notified. But please hit the subscribe button. Hit the, like button. For whatever reason, it helps us with engagement. That way, we can get our channel out there. So back to what I'm saying. I'm very surprised, considering what we're looking at is the crime scene, that they weren't asked to leave.
I agree with you, because they had plenty of time to move or do, or to do things to mess with evidence. And also the outfit that Summer had on made me think that maybe after it happened at their house, they got back in the car and with Summer and the different clothing that she had on, the long sleeve um, jumpsuit or sweatsuit, that they put that on her and took her wherever. Hello?
Yeah, are you there?
I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. My phone was ringing. I didn't know if I was still connected to you. But it just, I mean, I still have to look at stuff, but I'm just, of course, speculating.
Melissa, our content is about true crime cases. That's it. I wish I had something more exciting for you. If you don't want to subscribe, you don't have to. No one's asking you for money. We're not a subscribed channel. It just means you get a notification when we go live. And Kevin, you're right. This is a shit show, and it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. My stance, Melissa, my stance. My stance is there's a missing child, and none of the stories add up. That's my stance. Well, Melissa, I think if you heard earlier in the show, if you were here, or the other shows, I've given Candace quite a fair shake. I mean, I've even said that maybe it's battered women syndrome. Okay, well, you just got here, so join in, and we'll all get to know each other. We'll all get to know each other.
It's different that you want to clear up.
Well, because when we left from the emergency room, we went straight to the smoke shop, and that's when I got the cigarettes and stuff like that there. And then we stopped at the hippie house, and I got those cheap vapes because they're cheap there. And then we went and put my mom's prescription in, and then we went to Warriors. And then we come back to Walgreens, got mom's prescription, went to Sonic, then to Prices, then to his house.
Okay.
And that's exactly
That's the order. Okay. So he had it different from what you remember.
Right.
Okay. So
Well,
right.
not what I remember. It's how it was.
Okay, because you're driving.
That's the truth.
Yeah, you're
I
driving.
was driving. I knew where I was going.
Okay. And what about, he said that he asked you for the tea and that you gave him a tea.
He didn't ask me for nothing.
Okay, I'm just.
He asked me for a Mountain Dew.
Okay.
I got him a Mountain Dew.
Okay, where did the orange crush come from on the seat with Summer?
That was my mom's. She was drinking that and then didn't want more.
And what about the candy on the seat?
Oh, that candy's been in.
Okay, okay.
Francesca, you asked a question. Was there porn on the TV? It's been blown up in a couple of different groups and things like that. It was definitely not Sesame Street. You know, they weren't watching Wheel of Fortune. You can definitely see what's going on there. I don't know why that was left on the TV. Maybe because the boys are gone now. I don't know. If that's what Candace and Dawn are into, I mean, that's their private life. You know, have at it. I don't think Melissa's a troll either. I think she's trying to get to know all of us. And like she said, she doesn't know my stance. And that's all right. Doesn't have to. We all get along at some point. What I'm saying is it's been blown up on the TV. It could have been a Viagra commercial, guys. I don't know. I have no idea. Jenny says, I don't think she made it home. Kay, can you still hear? Can you unmute your mic? Because I was going to ask you some things.
And what about the pillow?
The pillow. What pillow?
Oh, she's sitting on a pillow.
She sure? Oh, Mom gets mad because if the kids get in their wet bathing suit and stuff, so I just put the pillow underneath it so Mom wasn't complaining.
Got it. Okay. Good. So there is a time frame here between this trailer and that house within, you said 2 to 10 minutes, maybe.
No, 2 to 5.
2 to 5. And then she goes in and now she's gone. What do you think happened? Where would a certain...
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. So did you guys just hear that? Where he just asked her, he said, you said 2 to 5 minutes and now she's gone. This is in broad daylight, everyone awake. This isn't Elizabeth Smart where she was sleeping in bed. This isn't Cash Gurnan where he's sleeping in bed. Not that Cash Gurnan should have happened by any means, because he should have never been at Monica's house. But everyone's busying around the house, okay? People are outside planting flowers. We've been swimming. Brothers are watching TV. We're doing all that stuff. So how could this happen in 2 to 5 minutes? You saw what it took to get down to her damn room. Are you there, Kate?
Oh yeah, I'm here. I'm just like, yeah, I don't think anything could have happened. I mean, nobody would have known to go down into that hall. That is just so. that is so ridiculous and crazy to me that they think that. I mean, like, and there's no sense of urgency within her at all about nothing. Like, have they even checked the school bus? Maybe the little girl got trapped in it. I mean, she don't even act like. I'm sorry.
Okay, Ryan says there's a door to the outside. And I understand that. I totally understand that. You know, there's other ways to get in. So in 2 to 5 minutes, she was gone.
No.
I mean, or are we just doing, are we generalizing time? I mean, it could have been an hour that she couldn't find her. Snow said, Candace can't even remember if it was locked. She doesn't know. She has no idea. Yep, Co. There is a GoFundMe for them. Hang on one second. Kevin, if you could grab the link, I want to talk to you about something. I don't buy the 2 to 5 minutes. Sorry, guys, I just don't.
Where would a suspect have been, in your opinion, in this?
My opinion?
Yeah, in this area.
They could have been sitting anywhere. They could have been sitting over here, just off the little edge right here, or where the bus is, that little bushy area right there. They could have been sitting
Right out here.
Yeah. And
Okay, come show me. That's right.
And I just recently found out that there was like, I guess these child molesters
Okay.
that lived like literally 8 minutes from my house. He can literally walk from his house into my house within 8 minutes.
Okay.
And like that bushy area right there, you can't really tell if anybody's crouched down there or anything.
What do the authorities think?
I don't know what they think. I really don't.
Okay. I love this swing. This is summer.
Well, I don't know about you guys. We went live with this the day that the Amber Alert went out. Actually, Crime Time, who's in the chat, told us about what was going on. She said, I don't feel good about this Amber Alert in Tennessee. And we went live that night. I think it was like 20, 30 minutes. And going through the cast of characters, stories changing, people getting interviewed, the phone calls. There's just so much going on here. I'm questioning if she's ever going to be found.
Well, I don't think they were smart enough to get away with it forever. I mean, I think. Wow, I don't know what I think.
I don't think that they could. Yeah, Crime Time, you're right. I'm having to delete messages. I mean, comments quite a bit. I don't think they could orchestrate this. I just don't. I mean, how could they? I mean, in all honesty, something went on between when they went swimming that morning to when they called 911 for help. Put Terry on. Hang on. Hi, Terry.
Hey, how are you?
Pretty good. What's going on?
Nothing much. Just listening. I came in a little bit late, so I'm sure I missed a few things. But I wanted to get in here and maybe try to put my 2 cents worth in and give a little bit of a different line of thought.
Mm-hmm.
Or it's taken care of. In
You're
the very
cutting out.
beginning.
You're cutting out a little bit.
Okay. I have bad cell site, I guess.
That's okay,
Can
hon.
you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you perfectly now. You got to start over a little bit though.
Okay. In the very beginning, someone on their phone, I believe it was Dawn, got a message from someone, believing it may have been someone dealing with the drugs, saying that it's done or it's taken care of.
That was in Hunter said that was in Candace's phone. That he
Okay.
supposedly came across that he was going through her phone, which I thought it was odd that a 15-year-old would go through an older woman's phone.
Yes,
Not
that
saying
was
she's an
very
old
odd to
woman.
me also.
It is odd. Yeah, Hunter is the one that said that. And his interview with Chris, which, like I said, Chris does a great job, it just seems like Hunter was told what to say. He kept yawning. He kept looking at his mother. He would have her answer questions. And I'm like, so do you know what happened that day or not? He even said he didn't know the time. I'm not good with time, he kept saying. I'm not good with time.
Right.
Has Hunter even been considered a suspect?
He's been interviewed by the TBI. But
I may have missed it, but where is the grandmother?
Well, you know what? She lives in the camper, but they said that she left soon after. She could be back. I don't know.
Has anybody questioned her?
Oh, I'm sure they've all been questioned. The thing is with Grandma, the last thing she did was she put on Facebook that she's not taking friend requests. I found that to be odd. Like with everything going on, that's what you publicly put out there. Nothing about your granddaughter being missing. But you're saying, I'm not going to take friend requests. I mean, I get a ton of friend requests a day. I just hit delete, 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 delete.
Right.
So I don't know why she found that to be pertinent while her granddaughter is missing. I mean, that was odd to me.
I believe Grandma knows a little bit more than what she's putting out also.
Okay, Janet just said that Grandma is in Wisconsin for knee surgery. Okay, well.
You can't have that. I would have that rescheduled if my grandchild was missing. I don't know.
Yes.
You
indeed.
think? All right, hang on, guys. Kevin's going to jump on. He's had a lot of stuff to say in chat. So I want to see what he has to say, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, Kevin. How are you today?
Good, you?
Good.
Well, hang on just a second, okay? I got to do something with my grandson. Hang on.
Okay, buddy.
Okay. Sorry about that.
Now, do you live in the area, Kevin?
No, I live in Michigan.
Okay. All right.
And a grandfather. And I can tell you right now, in my 62 years of living, I've never, ever seen such sick shit than what's going on at 110 Ben Hill Road, period.
Yeah, it is really strange.
I don't understand how when people watch these interviews, they're flip-flopping back and forth about, oh, they're not guilty. Those are poor people. Nobody believes them. Bullshit. That's not how most people live. I'm also a drug addict. I'm not using, but I've used opiates and alcohol for years. And I can tell you right now, drug addicts and alcoholics are the best liars and con people in the world.
I agree.
Yep.
I'm not buying what Candace is selling. I ain't buying what Rose is selling, and I ain't damn sure ain't buying Don, because there's a little more to Don than we know. This is just my opinion, and it's time to quit pussyfooting around. I mean, what the hell is going on? It's disgusting. Sorry, but that's what I think about it.
Well, it seems like they can't keep their story straight, and you're right. I mean, people that use a lot, they seem to not be able
Oh
to
my
keep their
God,
story straight.
when I was using, I could lie like you would not believe, even to my wife, straight to her face, and she lives with me. I could lie my way out of anything. And that shirt that Candace is wearing, that cross and all that, I'm not buying what she's selling. Sorry, Candace knows what happened. I'm not sure exactly what happened to Summer. I have a couple of ideas, and I do believe it's with some shit that's going on at Ben Hill, but it just ain't right. Something is really wrong here. And there's a lot of people that have been coming to Ben Hill Road, I think, for a long time. Even some Candy Cane's favorite friends have been coming around. Some guy in the shed. What shed? The shed that Don was hiding in when Chris was there. My stomach is like upset because of what I think happened to Summer, and it's gross and it's not good. That's just my
She
opinion.
disappeared. Kevin, she disappeared. She vanished.
Hell yeah, she got out of Dodge. Why wouldn't she? Look at look at one the girl in Wisconsin missing. Candy Cane's involved is in that link. Summer, Candy Cane was staying with Candace. Oops. The FBI know a hell of a lot more than we do, and they're going to drag Candy Cane's ass back to Tennessee. Watch what I tell you. Guaranteed, she ain't getting away from nothing. And this Jose guy, he's going to come into the picture too. This is a deep rabbit hole. There's a bunch of sick shit going on. You watch. I'm not stupid. I'm using my common sense, and I'm not saying people are stupid out there because they don't believe what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying at all. But
No, what you're saying is making sense because everyone seems to be wrapped up in something. They've got some kind of illicit behavior, and it's
I'm
not
telling
for
you
the
right
greater
now,
good of the kids.
I'll tell you right now, it's drugs and alcohol. You're seeing addiction at its worst. Okay, it's drugs, it's alcohol, and what comes along with that is sick shit, shady people, and I can't wait to hear from Donnie Boy. That's who I want to hear from, because I have a feeling that boy, and it's been said on his family ain't lying. I don't give a damn what people say. I can just tell. And Donnie Boy has some sex issues. That's all I'm gonna say. It's too coincidental. The day CPS was to show up at their house, Summer went missing. Well, hell yeah, she did. There was evidence with Summer. And I'm telling you right now, they threw her away like trash. Bottom, that's my opinion.
Do you find it odd that they've had several prayer vigils and that Dawn hasn't been to one, but yet he talks about the Old Testament.
I can tell you why Don's not at the prayer vigils or anything. He's at home getting his flipping ass drunk because he knows his ass is on the line. And I'm going to tell you something else. Mark my words. Don is in trouble, and Don knows what prison's like. Don ain't going to go back to prison one way or another, if you catch what I'm saying. Watch.
Oh, I got you. I got you. I mean,
I'm glad they took them boys. This could be a hell of a lot worse than just summer.
yeah, I was going to get to that next. So the boys were taken by CPS last week.
Yep.
And I'm kind of thinking some things are going to happen now, considering they're alone.
I think so. I think the kids are going to open up eventually, but I don't even think it's going to take that to get a conviction, to get an arrest. I've seen so many cases. There is enough circumstantial evidence in this case to lock their asses in jail and make them talk. I don't know why that's not being done yet. TBI and the FBI are not going to let us have even a fraction of what they know. And I guarantee you, they smell a rat. And oh my God, I'll bet it's close to an arrest. And it's going to be, I don't know, I don't even want to hear part of it, I guess, because I don't think it's good at all.
Because it hurt. It hurt. It was so bad to see that interview last night with Candace. And, Don basically saying it's better for the boys not to be there because of what he's going through with social media.
Can you imagine Don? He's been to jail and prison before. Can you imagine what's running through his mind right now?
He doesn't want to go back. And
I bet he's shitting his pants. And I don't mean this to sound disgusting, rude, or gross, or morbid, but the reason I say I'm glad they got the 3 boys out of there being a family suicide. Seriously, Don's out of control, man. I'm telling you right now, that man has some issues.
what do you think when he told Jay for Justice the kids are better off not being there? Wouldn't you want all of your children together considering one's missing?
Oh, yeah, Donnie boy, look good. Try to look good. I don't trust anything he says. He's so wishy-washy and flip-floppy. I mean, come on. And part of that is, yeah, Don is right. He probably is glad the boys ain't there. But then on the other hand, everything he says, is he really being truthful? No. I'm sorry. I don't buy it. I don't buy anything the 3 Musketeers are selling. Not one thing. And I can't wait to see Candy Cane get dragged back into Tennessee. Because that's a whole nother can of worms. I've been following this case, on every channel. I know there's people out there who see my comments. And, after you watch it so much, shit starts coming together. I mean, how could it not? It's common sense. I don't understand. Yeah, it's sad. Maybe Candace, it's sad that maybe she's in an abusive relationship. Well, then leave. Bullshit. They all need to freaking just fess up, man. They're going to get caught. There's just no way. I would love to be a fly on the wall at that house. Oh my God. Oh well, it's going to happen. There's going to be arrests. It's just, why can't they go in the shed? Why not? Why couldn't Chris go in that shed? Because I think Don was in there. Or there's something in there that Candace don't want them to see. Is that the shed where the creepy you guys was talking about safety, what was in that shed? You know, is there evidence in there of some sick sex shit? Were there drugs in there? Was Summer in there? Who the hell knows? But they're just too shady, man. If Candace is actually an abused woman, then this is for you, Candace. Get off your ass and tell the police. Because you're just making it look worse for yourself. So if you are this abused woman and, you know, a victim of your husband's bullshit, then say so. But
Well, we've seen all the videos. She loves that TikTok shit. She's like laying out in the yard.
Why didn't the real Candace show up in a red hoodie? You know, she has on a Mom Patrol shirt. That made me want to puke. Seriously, she's not Mother of the Year. Come on, look at her house. Rats have cleaner nests than she has. I mean, I don't care. Being poor does not mean being filthy. You know what I've seen? Laziness. From all of them. Grandma Don, clean your freaking house. I'd love to see inside Granny's trailer. This is sickening. You know, one of these days, and it's going to be soon, this shit's going to all come undone. And I guarantee you, this is the last thing I'm going to say. I guarantee you, the three of them, Candace, Don, and Candy Cane, are going to get arrested because for what? If
now, are you saying Candy Cane, the grandma, or Candace, the mom?
Candy Cane, the grandma. They're going to drag her ass back from Tennessee. You watch what I say. And she may not have done nothing to Summer, but she is an accessory. She knows where Summer is. Candace knows where Summer is. And Don damn sure knows where she is. And it's all going to come to the light. They're going to get caught. And if I was Candace and I was truly an abused woman, oh my God, I would jump on that train right now.
How much can you abuse a woman to let her child die or go missing?
Exactly. Because she's shady too. Because she knows damn good and well that she's in trouble because she's never said anything. I mean, she let it happen. If it rolls out the way I think it's going to, she's just as bad for not saying something. The poor me syndrome is over, Candace. You better.
Well, I'm really surprised that they left the boys there as long as they did.
Yeah, so am I. And it's, you know, but okay, I agree with what some people are saying. CPS their caseload is huge. And I would imagine it is. They're underfunded. I understand all that. But on the other hand, CPS I'm sure they knew what they had an idea of what was going on. And yes, I think CPS dropped the ball in a big way, and so did law enforcement in Hawkins County. You know, something should have been done long ago.
My friend, I think we know that CPS drops the ball in a lot of cases. There's a lot of cases that they drop the ball. They drop the ball.
But you know
it's
what?
Their caseload. It's the judges. It's a lot of things.
It's not CPS's fault that Summer's missing. It's not their fault that house looks like a piece of shit. It's not their problem to clean it. But it's just the day CPS was going there, Summer goes missing. Right there should tell a huge clue. Right there. You know, some shit was going to be exposed by Summer being there in life. I get somehow, some way, something was happening. And I'm not even going to speculate on what Summer may have endured or whatever, but my gut tells me it's sickening. This whole thing is sickening. I mean, come on. Really?
It is sickening. And you saw the terrain. Everyone saw everything.
Our military special forces would have had a hard time kidnapping Summer without somebody seeing it. I don't believe that story for one damn second. That's why they live up on top of Ben Hill Road, so they can hide all their shit that they're doing. I don't trust, not for 1 second. And I, I'm 62 years old. I've been around the block. I'm a recovering drug addict, alcoholic, a liar, whatever. You can call me whatever you want, but I'm calling a spade right now. They're going to. It's going to be sick. Watch what I tell you. That's all I'm going to say. That's it.
Well, hun, thanks for coming on the show. Does anybody else want to grab the link? Thank you very much, Kevin.
You're so welcome anytime. Hey, and everybody, let's pray for Summer to be found, because she did not deserve to live in this bullshit.
Nope, not at all.
It makes me sick. I look at my grandkids and I'm like, oh my God. I look at my son. My daughter died of fentanyl. So I know what the hell I'm talking about. I'm a veteran. And I've been around the block. And I'm telling you right now, this family's dirty. That's bottom line. It's so obvious. Oh my God. This is the first time I've ever even watched YouTube channels in my life. And for some reason, this Summer Wells thing, it got me fired up. And I'll tell you, I won't stop talking my opinion until the day she's found. And I hope to God it is soon. But the way they're going to find her is not going to be nice.
Well, Dana Ellis right here, just listen, Kevin. She said she's a former foster parent. She said a lot of us care about the kids, but some don't. Yeah. Not all foster parents do. It's a broken system from case managers to judges. She said she's seen a lot.
What does she think happened to Summer?
No, I don't know. She hasn't grabbed the link.
Because I'm telling you right now, I'm not afraid to I'll get on national TV and tell you what I think about that family. I don't care. Plus, I grew up in the hollers in West Virginia, and this bullshit of people, that's just how people live in Appalachia. No, it's not either. Their fucking houses are clean. Their kids are clean. They're not doing drugs in front of their kids. God knows the porno that's playing downstairs when Chris is there. Summer's little dungeon is right next to it. She probably watches her parents get it on. It's sick. Think about it, people. It is sick.
And I'm so sick of hearing about, well, that's just how they live there. You can't generalize an area. No, I don't care.
People in Appalachia, they are family-driven people. You do something to one of their family members, they will either, I don't know, you will get your ass whooped. I'm telling you right now. And they're not dirty. They're hard workers. This bullshit of, that's just how mountain people live. No, it's not. Come on.
I hate hearing that. I can't stand it.
Sick.
You know how hard it is to keep up with land, have a farm, take care of animals?
Exactly. I don't see Candace taking not even care of her dogs or the cats. I mean, my God, the cats were jumping out everywhere.
I mean, my grandparents had a section of land in northeast Oklahoma. Tractors. Oh, you're cutting out. Yeah. All the livestock. All that. Everything. Yeah. You could eat off my granny's floors.
Most people that live in Appalachia are hard workers. Yeah, there's some bad ones, but don't try to categorize people that live in Appalachia live like the Wells. Hell, I don't even think rats do. So,
but you're actually from West Virginia, right?
My dad was born and raised West Virginia. I lived there for a lot of my life. I lived in the hollers.
Beautiful country.
Yes. I lived in the hollers. you know, and the people there, their houses pretty much, I mean, they're clean. They are absolutely not like what we saw in that interview at all. And I guarantee you right now, if the news would put the people of Tennessee on TV right now and ask them, what do they think about Candace and Don's house? I guarantee you they're not going to say, that's how we all live up here in Tennessee. Think about it.
That was like
folks.
one of the first things I was hit with by people when I said, this is not how you raise kids. I don't care where you're from.
Oh,
I don't care where you're from. And I was hit by people saying, oh, well, that's how they live there. You don't know that.
No, you
these
don't.
these were people that don't even know the area. And I'm like, it doesn't matter. I'm not even talking about that. There's rural America everywhere. It's a bigger part of the country than the cities that people think about.
The way I look at it, a lot of the people, I'm not saying all of them, but I bet you a lot of the people that are saying online that are in chats are saying, oh, well, that's just how they live in Appalachia. It's probably because that's how they live. Okay. And here's one last thing. I got to go. To me, God, I got sidetracked right now. Oh, that kind of attitude of, they're poor. That's just how they are. Everybody lives like that in the mountains. That is the same mentality that has led up to Summer's disappearance. If you think about it, nobody did nothing. And it makes me sick. So it's going to come out, though. It's going to be every bit of it.
Hey, thanks for coming in, my friend.
You're welcome anytime. And I'll keep watching your channel.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. You guys, love you.
Love you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, we have someone else wanting to come up right now. If it's one of those trolls from the chat, you guys aren't going to like what I have to say.
I ain't a troll.
Okay, thank you.
I just wanted to tell y'all I was a Navy intel, and we always had a saying, small things always get you killed. It ain't the big thing. So
now say that again, please, my friend.
Okay. I worked in Navy.
By the way, thank you for being on the channel.
Oh, thank you. That's the first time, and I enjoy y'all's subject. I'm not a Columbo. I'm not a police expert, but I did work in Navy intel, and images prove a lot of shit. And we always said it's the small things that get you killed. So, okay, there's only a few things that a child can disappear. Wander off, but they're usually found 90% of the time if they wander off.
Like Vady in Alabama. She was gone for like 2 days and they found her. She was with her puppy dogs and they found her.
Or their body's been found or whatever. If they just wander off, dogs will find them. The other thing is, go back and look at damn near every picture of that little child. And when she's standing in front of the camera, notice where she's got her hands covering. Have y'all noticed that?
We have discussed that in the group.
Okay. And that is a subconscious reaction that she's been hurt, and she's not vocally saying it, but she's visually putting it out there. And I think the Child Protection Agency was on them a lot more than we thought. Maybe it don't look good on their end, but the pressure was on, and they couldn't trust her to keep her mouth shut. And what mama would leave the territory that their child went missing? Do you know anybody would do that?
No, but
okay. Let me tell you why. We have a lot of things
in the group. Let me tell you something else.
No, I just want to say my opinion. She knows what happened to the child, and the child is never coming back. And that's hard reality. I believe they shut her up for whatever reason and disposed of her. Just like that guy said, they disposed of her and she was a problem and she had to go. Now Don and this woman and the grandma, they're sweating bullets. Period. And I hate to say it, the child's gone. It's just a matter of time somebody fessing up and let them know what happened.
But you're absolutely right. The way that she was putting her hands in front of her crotch, basically, she
Protecting
wasn't doing that
herself.
before. And we have another case. It's called stolen innocence. And if you look at the mother's Facebook, the little girl was never sitting like that. She was completely relaxed. And all of a sudden, the hands were folded, like right in front of her.
Protecting her because she'd been hurt.
Yeah. And
And
that's
her
Argelio
subconscious
Pinto
was
and Morgan Keene that were abusing that girl to the point that they had to sew her back together.
right. And I guarantee you can find more than just opiates. To me, when you see filth like those people, and look, I'm from Louisiana, and I know I'm an ex-vet, I'm ex-Navy, and I'm a clean freak. I'm OCD. And if I get around people that look like them, that live like that, they're on some serious drugs. And usually you will find meth at the bottom of it. When you see a garbage pile and they're living in a garbage pile, they're on meth. That I don't know why they do that, but I guarantee pass by any house that you see with the floodlights on, the outside lights on 24/7 and junk all over the place. You can damn near be sure somebody's on the pipe.
Well, I'm telling you right now, my friend, I love Louisiana. I don't want to ask what part you're from, but I love the entire state.
Yeah. People make fun of us, but I tell you what, other than drug addicts, you don't see nobody living like that or letting their children live filthy like that. What mama would let their kids run around 24/7? That poor girl didn't look like she ever had a clean pair of clothes on. Y'all notice that? Everything she had was dirty.
Well, and also you have to look at this too. I mean, her shoes didn't fit. I'm kind of off of the shaving her head thing. I think that's kind of weird, but hey,
Life.
whatever. If she wanted that haircut, she wanted that haircut. What I can't get over is, you have a little girl. She's the princess, okay? She is the princess. She's got the bedroom. When I saw her bedroom, it looked like a goddamn panic room.
Well, that's a picture of insanity. When you see the pictures inside that house, that's an insane mind. Nobody wants to live like that. And the kids, you can't fault them because they know no different, right? When you grew up, you didn't know if you was poor or you had it bad. You knew some other people had a little more than you, but you didn't realize you was. I grew up dirt poor, and everybody else around us was the same way. But we took baths every day and every night. Soap don't cost that much, and water don't. The only excuse for being filthy is laziness. Period. And it doesn't matter what part of the world you come from. I've seen it all over the place. I traveled to 27 countries and lived in the Middle East for about 3 years. So I have
Thank
seen
you for
things.
your service. Thank you for your service.
But I appreciate it. I didn't do it for, pat on the back. I just wanted to do something. But that's the observations, somebody just sitting back watching and looking. It is not normal for a little child to be, every time you see a picture of her, with her hands on her crotch. That's not normal behavior from a child. Think about it. Do you see kids running around holding their crotch? Something's going on.
No. And people are asking about UTIs and things like that. That still doesn't really work that way. If you know
this is subconscious. The girl's been damaged, hurt, and her mind is trying to protect her without her conscious knowledge knowing it, is what I'm saying. She's doing it involuntarily.
I'm telling you, I'm going back to these other cases, my friend, and you see a child. I'm speaking about a little girl, okay? Hands down, either folded in her lap or just, next to her. And then suddenly they're like fist press in front of her. And you're right. We have them in the group. One woman, a very good friend of mine, she was attacked for bringing this up. And I'm like, no, this is discussion. We're discussing this case. And it's a discussion that needs to be had because there is a reason that all of a sudden she went from kind of carefree and happy, whatever she wore, whatever, to
Closed
all of
and
these
guarded.
pictures.
Of her being very closed and guarded, her body language.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, I don't know if the daddy knew what happened. I don't know what the mama knew. But for somebody to haul ass without knowing where your child is, that tells me, one, a guilty conscience. Two, she already knows what happened to the child and the child ain't coming back. She's in her mind trying to get away from the scene of the crime. And, you know, this ain't rocket scientists, and these people ain't that bright.
All right, hang on. Snow's coming on. Don't go anywhere. Hey, honey, you've been doing a lot of work on this case. What's your thoughts?
Hey, can you hear me okay?
Hang on. Snow's coming on. Turn off your YouTube now.
Oh, shoot. Sorry, 1 second.
You're fine, babe.
I always do that. I'm just wondering, why is the TBI not talking about the workers that were working behind the house?
Do you know Raccoon Man?
I don't know. I still say it's I'm gonna just say 50-50. It's probably molestation and illegal activities like drugs, selling drugs, buying drugs, slinging pain pills, slinging meth. You don't know, but to look at it, normal people don't live like that. That ain't hillbilly shit. I lived in Tennessee for 7 years. I never seen anybody look at filthy except drunks and bums.
And that's everywhere. I mean, that's Oklahoma too. That's
no,
where
I got them right. I got them right down the street from me, and I can drive you right down the street and say, "There's a meth house. There's a meth house. There's a meth house," and I ain't even got to go in it.
Right.
They all live the same, and they have the same characteristics. They collect junk. They don't get rid of shit. Everything is like a possession to them. It's a mental illness. It's like being a hoarder, I guess.
But the workers around the house, Snow, what are you getting at? You're thinking like one of them could have done something to
Well,
somebody?
yeah, it just seems weird that like TBI, they were on about the red truck and that was like the only witness. But come to show, Candace is saying that there's people that have been working behind her house prior to and on the day of. Hello? Hello?
Hello, are you there? I lost her.
I'm still here. She dropped out, I guess.
I don't know what happened.
But yeah, I don't, it's hard to tell if there was people working around and all that, but I don't think it's got anything to do with an outsider. And I don't think law enforcement's looking no further than Don and the mother.
Well, they scaled back the search.
Well, that's because they realized that the child's probably not alive. And the child is probably not anywhere near that house.
No.
If even dead, they would have found her by now. Period. To me, the mama lied. It's fishy about the crazy story. How she went outside to pick vegetables. She went in. The kid was in for 2 minutes, and then she come back. She's gone. No kid can disappear in 2 minutes out there in like where they're at. I mean, if she started hollering in 2 minutes, if the child was anywhere around, they would have, replied. No, that child got taken away from that place. I don't know in what condition, but she was hauled off from there.
Well, and basically, I mean, what Candace is saying, it was 2 to 5 minutes. Now, her interview with the news station, she said it was 2 minutes and she was gone. Kids can get away from you, all right? They can. It's happened to me.
But not out in the woods, not out of your house.
But when I saw the bedroom, not gonna lie, guys, I cried. When I saw the bedroom and what it takes to get down into there, I was like, and if there's a door to get there, then use the damn door. Why would you crawl down there? Oh, Snow's losing it. Not losing it, but losing her link. Kevin says he agrees. He's like, Summer's not on the property. Kids should never go missing. If an adult wants to take a little sojourn and go on a trip or something, that's one thing. But when a child disappears, that's a totally different story, guys. Dana, do you want to grab the link? When a child goes missing, something bad happened. Of course, kids can get lost in the wood. Kids can get lost in the woods, of course. But, I mean, we're a month and a half into this. They would have found her. They would have found her. There was too many people around the house.
That child got taken away, period. Maybe they've got the kids in CPS so they can find out the truth from the boys, what happened. Maybe that's why Don's falling apart and, drunk, and now his conscience is getting to him because he knows what's going to happen to him. If he's had any thing to do with that poor child disappearing or being harmed, he knows what's waiting for him in the prison. He's a walking dead man. They'll kill him.
For hurting a child or because he's been there before or both?
No. If you're a pedophile or you're a child killer, they will take you out. They have to put you in solitary, isolated. But if the guards want you gone, they'll let it happen. They'll let people in to take you out. I got people in that world, not in the prison, but run the prison. And they tell me justice gets served many different ways. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. For a pack of cigarettes, it's amazing what you can get done.
Wow.
So you think about it. Don's been there. Don knows what's waiting for him. Now is it starting to make a little more sense to you, the way he's acting?
Well, the fact that, he said that it's better that the boys aren't there. And now today, he says he's not allowed to talk to anyone. Well, who said? He's been talking for a month and a half. So why can he not talk now?
He got a criminal defense attorney told him to shut the fuck up. And you don't know how many times the cops has gone and picked him up to have another talk.
He keeps talking about Candace's polygraphs. Candace says she had a problem with one because she was crying too much. Passed another. But what about Dawn's?
Look, I'm a ex-electronics guy, and I'm going to tell you something. Polygraphs is an intimidation tool, period. It makes you confess to shit, whether you did it or not. But they are not acceptable in court as evidence because it's not a proven science, period. Any defense attorney will tell you never take a fucking polygraph because it doesn't exonerate you and it doesn't convict you. But
look at the people who have passed them.
It don't matter.
I know it doesn't matter, and that's why I don't understand why people.
You got proof. They have put serial killers, psychopaths, people that can lie without no conscience, and pass it with flying colors. But the law doesn't ever tell you that, nor the people that run polygraphs.
But you have all these social media people saying, "Oh, take a polygraph, take a polygraph."
Polygraph don't mean shit. It's not accepted in
But
court
I'm like,
because
why?
it can.
Why would you take one? Why would
You
you take
don't.
one?
If you ever,
It will
if you,
lead law enforcement in the right way, but it's not admissible in court. I don't know why anyone would even do it.
it's an intimidation tool. It's to fool the uneducated into believing that box is going to tell the truth. It doesn't tell the truth. It just tells you if you're nervous, if your rapid heart rate, if your respiration's up. Hell, I've took polygraphs and failed them because I was just friggin' nervous. And I passed them, you know? So don't put a fucking minute's worth into a polygraph. Look at the pictures of that child, and that's all you got to fucking know. Something's wrong. Child does not hold their crotch, especially a girl. They never put their hands near the private parts when they're a little kid, right? Your mama tells you, don't do that. Keep your legs closed. Yeah?
Yeah, cross your legs, cross your ankles.
Yeah. And be modest. But they don't tell you to hold your crotch at 4, 5, 6 years old, however old that little child is. I don't even know her age. But the pictures tell the story, period. You getting sidetracked with the friggin' polygraph. Do some research on polygraph. It's not acceptable in court because it can be fooled by, like I said, psychopaths. Hell, they've had serial killers take it and they pass it with flying colors.
Ted Bundy did.
You damn right he did.
He also defended himself in court, but that's a totally different story. Apples and oranges. I'm just bringing that up.
Well, when I'm talking about a psychopath, a person that has no conscience and it doesn't bother them to harm people, animals, or things because they're born that way. It doesn't affect them. The only people that machine can read is people who's got a friggin' conscience. And you might be feeling guilty about something totally having nothing to do with the questions that are being asked to you. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know. I'm like you, man. I see the pictures and the living conditions. And then when you know CPS is fixing to come pick her up or come visit the family and she just conveniently disappears, something bad wrong, period.
Well, let me ask you something. Do you think there's any correlation between when they went swimming to when they got home?
No, I don't. Like I said, I go back to motive. Children don't go missing. They wander off. But if they go missing, it's either one, they've been abducted by strangers, or two, their family did it. There's not many options with little kids. Little girls ain't gonna run off. Put yourself back when you was a child that age. Would you ever just get up and take off?
I wouldn't even think about it.
Right. Think as a child. You wouldn't leave the safety of your mom and daddy.
No. You have your bed. You know what you're going to watch on TV that night. You know what time dinner is. You got school the next day. You've got your friends. No, that doesn't happen. And that's what I keep saying, that stranger abductions are very, very rare.
Very rare. And they're isolated. They're out in the country. You got to know where the hell they at. It's local people. And I don't know. I mean, who knows what happened?
It has happened, but look at the cases it's happened in. Look at the cases. This is not one of them. This is not one of them.
No.
If you saw the video I played earlier that Chris McDonough did yesterday of their property, first of all, you would have heard someone driving up the driveway. It's a gravel driveway.
Exactly.
You got 1,000,005 dogs out there.
Dogs start barking. That tells
you would have known someone was there.
Well, that tells you a stranger wasn't there. They would have known it. Unless your mama was, OD'd out or something or whatever she's on, because she looks like she's on I don't know what, some type of antidepressant or something. She just got that death stare when she's looking in the camera, no emotion, just blank.
Well, her first interview, I kind of wondered what the hell was going on. But the last two that she's done, which weren't for local media, but they were for Chris, and I thought, okay, we've got a lucid, ready to talk Candace. And I don't know that the TBI would even be okay with her doing that. But I mean, Chris is a former detective, and he said, I'm not interfering, just talking. Hey, Snow, you're back.
Hey, sorry. I think I figured it out. Can you hear me okay?
Can do. Yep.
Yay. Okay. Also, I want to mention the children were removed, right?
Yes, they were. Did you know about that, Raccoon Man?
Yeah, I heard that. What was it, a couple days ago?
I think it was last Thursday.
Yeah.
Last Thursday they were removed. And
Well, you remember how the week started? Don disappeared, right? Nobody could find him for a couple of days. He disappeared. But nobody knew Candace had hauled ass till, it got out. She's in Wisconsin or wherever the hell she ran to. I guess her.
But that's the grandma, not the mom. The mom's been there the whole time.
Oh! I thought the mama went with her.
No, grandma's gone, from what I've heard.
Oh, okay. And then is it true Don and hers busted up?
You know what? That's a
rumor.
That's a love story that we never want to go away. I mean, that's kind of like JR and Sue Ellen. I mean, those two,
okay.
I think, will be together forever, if you know what I mean.
Oh, misery loves company.
Yeah, they'll all. I mean, they're never going to go away.
Well, I was assuming she left too, but now they separated the little kids, the boys, away from her, and they're going to get to the bottom of the truth because Candace is, or what is her name, Candy or Candace?
Well, they call the grandma Candy,
and Candace is the mom of the little girl, right?
Candace. Okay, believe it or not, there's 3 Candaces in the family.
Fuck.
Grandma, the mom, and then Candace actually has a daughter that she named Candace.
No, I'm talking about the mama. Isn't Candace of the little girl?
Yeah, the mom is Candace. Grandma is also Candace.
Jesus Christ. Just I don't know. I'm at the point, I'm one of them type. I would like to get my hands on both of them, and sooner or later I'd have the answer. It might not be legal, but I'd find out, one way, because I ain't a cop. And I feel sorry for the little kid, and I don't think she had a happy ending. I hope I am 100% wrong, but kids just don't disappear, and then mom makes up stupid stories that, oh, she was here just 2 minutes ago, and she just magically disappeared. Do y'all buy that shit?
The 2 minutes, I don't. And I also don't buy. She went from 2 minutes to 5 minutes. No, I don't believe that.
Liars change their story to fit the narrative.
Mm-hmm.
So, and they caught Don changing stories, and this fake shit, when he was clinging to religion and quoting scripture and shit. I don't buy that at all.
Can I jump in real quick and ask a couple questions?
Absolutely.
Okay, so in the chat, I was going back and forth, and there was a few questions I want to ask. Did Don have a child with his ex-wife?
Yes.
And did he sell that child?
That we don't know. Believe it or not, he had 2.
Because that is definitely a red flag.
And Candace also has 2 older children. See, they're not spring chickens.
No, they're not.
They have older children. They have children that are old enough to be basically Summer's mom. Donald, his son, is actually a sex offender.
Well,
and
Donald's sister accused Don of molesting her with his friends, right?
And so did the niece.
So there's a pattern here.
And the niece actually is the one that confronted him on social media and said it's not my fault that the kids were taken. I told Grandpa what was going on. I can read you the message. I don't want to share it right now.
No, I'm calling a snake, and something stinks to high heaven with this guy. What did he go to the pen for? Drugs?
And if you listen closely in Chris's interview last night, he mentioned that he seen the shed door shut. He actually physically seen the door shut. So he knew someone was in there. And he said maybe Dawn, but he just doesn't want to talk. So I thought that was really shady.
Somebody was in that shed.
Yeah, someone was 100% in that shed.
Is that how they made the little kid disappear? He made her shut up?
I don't think it's just weird and shady. I don't think the shed had anything to do. I think the shed was obviously searched, but it would be weird that he wouldn't want to be part of this interview. In my opinion.
Especially with live people on your property looking around. And just imagine the look on Dawn's face when Candace is like, yeah, I invited this guy and his crew out to look around the property.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't know her choice of drugs, but he did also mention there is substance abuse in that house.
She looks like she's on painkillers to me. I mean, I'm a pothead.
Maybe Xanax mixed with alcohol can definitely make you loopy.
Yeah, but she has no effect. To recall the memories of shit? She had no emotion. Period. It's like a shell. Most women would be crying their eyes out 24/7 and bawling, and she's just sitting there like a zombie.
But if you're prescribed something like Xanax or Ativan or something like that, you don't have those emotions.
Yeah, you're completely numb, and if you're taking a large amount, you are numb. But also, now that you mentioned she didn't have any reaction,
yes.
I did write in my notes here that while I was watching the video, her strongest reaction was when Chris mentioned H, I'll say H because he's a child, and about their physical relationship. And then she was like bald-eyed and she's like, no way, that's crazy. If you watch the interview, you'll see like usually she's just monotone, nothing crazy. But when he asked her that, that's when she had a huge reaction. So I thought that was kind of odd.
But she also said that she felt like Hunter was like another child of hers.
Yeah, but I guess that would say like her mothering skills, if she's buying a child that is underage to drink, it would show type of mother she is, if that's what she thinks of him as a child of her own. Yeah,
but I mean, look at Hunter's cover photo. It's a picture of him and Candace.
When was that cover photo put on? Was it after or before?
Well, he's got a girlfriend, but it was put on before, is what I was told. If you look at the stamp when he updated his cover photo. It's weird.
That is really weird. And also, is anyone not mad about CPS? Like, if CPS was obviously involved in this family, these kids should have been removed long before Summer went missing.
Well, I can tell you, CPS is overwhelmed all over this country. You have idiots having kids now that ain't responsible. And I mean, it's everywhere. And it's
Angel, that's hilarious. I love my Zoloft. Sorry.
But I still go back to what I see. And I'm assuming since y'all are women, y'all probably got children, right?
Yes,
sir.
Would you ever let your kids look like that?
No.
Okay.
And I personally, even when they get messy, I would not take pictures of them.
No. And I live in a foresty area. Like my backyard is a bush.
Well, I live out on the lake.
My kids get dirty, but they'll get changed.
You damn right. When they come in the house, they gonna go and get a shower and change
Yeah,
their clothes.
like spray off with the hose, something.
Yeah, but they still gonna take a bath before they go get in the sheets at night.
But to be honest, I do know other people who aren't that cleanliness, and they are good parents. So to be fair, to play devil's advocate, I'm going to say,
but
maybe they're just lazy.
That's an abnormal behavior, I should say.
Yeah, it's abnormal. But to be fair, I do know other families who aren't that cleanliness, and I don't think they would ever harm their children in that way.
Well, I'm not saying.
I do think, though, there was definitely drugs involved. And
I'm just saying, just looking at the visuals of them, it's not normal behavior for parents to allow their children to live in that kind of mess.
Well, especially when you've been warned by CPS 2 times that I know of. And yes, I have this from people that have told me, they've called it in, they know about it. And one woman, she will not come on, but she said that she was sitting there while the boys were shooting the dogs with BB guns and beating up on Summer.
Oh,
and
so a woman actually seen that happen.
Yes, she did, and her daughter.
Wow.
And that's
BB guns hurt. That will hurt a 5-year-old.
They weren't shooting Summer, the dogs. They were shooting the dogs.
Oh, the dogs?
Yeah.
Oh. That's still really bad. Like, I mean, harming an animal. A child harming an animal is a big red flag.
But I mean, CPS has been involved. Of course, you're not going to find anything about that because it's not public record. You basically have to take, people's words for it. And when everyone has the exact same story, it can't be, it's not a coincidence.
Oh,
because I just can't imagine sitting around in the yard and just shooting the dogs with BB guns.
Hold on, I think I have a delay.
I can hear you.
Okay, good. Yeah, I also wanted to mention the hoarding. Like, I mean, everyone has seen those shows hoarding. Like, is this borderline hoarding, or would you guys say it's hoarding? And is hoarding itself a mental illness?
Well, hoarding is a mental illness. I know that for a fact. Not that I have it, but I've seen it firsthand. And sometimes people either like buy way too much stuff and they don't know where to put it. I don't know. I will never understand.
I have so many questions. Why do you think the church didn't help out?
I don't think they asked. No, Ryan, you're not blocked. No one's blocked.
I didn't think the church knew anything.
Yeah, maybe.
Because Robin, the Sunday school teacher, I mean, she didn't say anything. I mean, this woman is broken over this. She was very close with Summer. Very close with her. Olivia said, Candace is innocent in my opinion. There's a lot of people listening to rumors. She said, Candace is definitely a hoarder, but she seems genuine. She has the last 2 interviews, Olivia. You're right.
Yeah, I personally think seeing the last 2 interviews has changed my opinion a lot.
And Melissa Marquis, who does Crime 411, she put on Facebook, she was like, I think it's battered women syndrome. I think that she has been just beat down to this point. I love Melissa. She's a friend. I do. When it comes to your child, that mama instinct comes out and you're like, I don't care anymore. I just don't care. I don't care. Cheryl wants to know why Candace took so many pictures the day that Summer went missing. I think Candace took a lot of pictures, period. She loved that TikTok shit, guys. She loved it. Not everything's public. I mean, I don't know. What do you think, Snow?
I just think like everything in this whole case is crazy. Like I'm thinking every possible situation. Like I like think like Dawn was in the basement. I think it like maybe he took her.
Oh, I think Dawn was laying down there sleeping on a bender and got mad at Summer.
Like who knows? It's just so strange. It's just like she just didn't vanish.
No, kids
Like,
don't vanish.
they said that their whole house is surrounded by a creek. Like it would just have to take a lot of thinking to plot this.
And think about it. If something happened to her on that property, the dogs would have smelled it.
Yeah, 100%. And are those dogs like they're not like he said that the dogs are just going there. Like dogs from all over the place are just going there.
Well, Candace said they have strays dumped on them all the time. And the BB guns actually could have been to get rid of stray dogs, to be quite honest.
True. Also, like I don't like to say like, but stray dogs like they would eat like human remains. Like they're like rodents, stray dogs. They'd eat anything.
But the canines that the TBI brought out would have smelled all that.
Right.
They would find human remains. I just don't think she's anywhere around there. It's the weirdest thing.
Can I?
And Candace is saying that the cadaver dogs, with all her dogs, could have taken the scent away, but I'm not too sure.
She doesn't know. She doesn't know.
Can I say?
Yeah,
I thought that too, Susie. To anyone, bears or Cody's, but you would think that you would hear like her scream, like something.
But it's like in the Suzanne Morphew case. Barry kept saying that she was killed by a cougar or something, and they were like, "Nah, we got this down. We would have found that out." It's and he's in jail now for murder, and they don't even have a body. I mean, they know what they're doing. It takes a lot of time, and it's frustrating for all of us because we see these crazy things come out, and we're like, "What are you talking about?"
And then I thought, like, is this like Casey Anthony? Like, was it an accident and then they hit her? I don't know. There's so many different things going through my head.
I don't want to dox myself too much, but I do have a relative that is a federal canine officer.
Mm-hmm.
She does the apprehensions of escapees and from the prison and missing people and all that stuff. And she was kind of half-assed honest, and I called her up. I said, "What do you think?" She said she was taken alive away from her. She said the child was, if the child had died there for any length of time, a cadaver dog would have hit on it.
Yeah, I think so too.
She said that the child definitely was taken away alive because if, like y'all were saying, if something shady in the shed, did someone do something to her and put her in the shed and then removed her later on? She said, I asked her about that, and she said no. She said if she'd have been there for at least 30, 40 minutes dead, the dog was sent on it.
Mm-hmm. And even their vehicles, the cadaver dogs would have scented that too.
Right. So
the scent of death, the cadaver dogs are actually trained. Like they're usually 99% accurate.
Yep. You can't fool a dog.
No, you can't.
And I'm telling you, this girl, I ain't gonna say how she's related to me, but she is has found people that have run from the law. She also loves chasing the people that they call her when say somebody is run from the police, wrecked, and then ran off in the woods. She's called every one of them. She said that a dog can't be fooled. And she told me, she said, she don't feel like the girl left there alive, but she said, I don't think she's alive now. I said, well, no. I said, somebody just don't disappear. Little kids don't disappear unless that rare stranger abduction.
which is extremely rare.
Especially when you're
Everything I've
especially
read is like 1%, and she was nowhere near public.
that's right. And it's always in a high traffic volume where somebody didn't notice that goes by and snatches a kid out of a neighborhood or something that's close to an interstate or something like that. They're out in the sticks like me. I mean, they're out there. And my God, the dogs would have raised holy hell. Somebody strange would have walked up there and snatched that kid, whether they drove up there or just walked up there and grabbed her. I don't buy Don. I don't buy her. I ain't saying both of them are guilty, but one of them's fucking lying.
Yeah, I for sure agree with that. It's just so shady.
And I think the grandma knows the truth. And so that's why she got the hell out of Dodge.
Yeah, I'm reading some people are saying that they heard that grandma is in knee surgery, but I didn't hear that from anybody. It would be quite a coincidence, wouldn't it?
What?
Yeah, but also her injury, supposedly, from what Candace said, is because the kids were beating her in the knee coming back from the Hatfield and McCoy restaurant when they went down to what's the name of the town in Tennessee?
So Candace is saying that her children kicked her mother, her knee so hard that she needed to have surgery again.
She didn't quite say she had to have surgery from that, but when she was talking in the first interview, she said the kids kept hitting her in the knee. And I'm like, what grown woman is going to sit there and let kids just keep hitting you in the knee?
Yeah, especially if she's a bad knee or a replaced kneecap from what I read.
Why she got to go to Wisconsin to get a fucking surgery? Couldn't she get it done in Tennessee?
Well, and not to mention, I mean, we're forgetting about Chris Marcos that lived near them, who again is a sex offender.
Yeah, from California.
Yes, that's a good point. I had that written down too. How come nobody is looking into these sex offenders?
Why did he disappear after the child disappeared?
Yeah, that needs to be looked into. Candace has said this to TBI multiple times. And she's saying the neighbors' houses need to be checked. These are sex offenders. Like, she has said that.
Gatlinburg. I'm sorry, I forgot that name. I was thinking about something else. It was Gatlinburg. But I'm like,
Gatlinburg.
They're going to Gatlinburg, and the kids on the way there, on the way back, according to Candace, were beating grandma on the knee. And that's the reason for her being in the hospital the day that they went swimming. Then went to Walgreens to get the prescription. Went to Walgreens, dropped off, and went swimming, came back and got it, and then went home.
Do we know when there will be another news release on this?
Nope, there is nothing scheduled. Nothing.
I got a feeling the cops got their crosshairs on the person that's done it.
I think so too. I think they definitely know way more than what they're saying.
They allowed Don to fucking either incriminate himself or Candace or the grandma. And out of them three, somebody knows what the fuck happened.
Or those little boys too.
Well, the little boys, definitely, but wasn't they in somewhere playing a game?
But over the last month and a half, they have heard people talking. I mean, they still have their phones, from what I was told.
Well, Don's flipping out because the social media is talking about it.
He didn't care a month ago.
Don should not be wasting his time on social media. His daughter is missing.
He didn't care a month ago. He was loving it. I mean, they were adding friends on Facebook. I mean, even the grandma, she said, I'm not going to take any more friend requests. I'm like, why would you even say that? Why are you on here? What are you doing?
Exactly. It doesn't make sense.
You should be cooperating to the fullest, my friend. You should be doing that.
Why didn't Don cooperate with the Texas Equa search? He didn't want to have. He didn't want to talk to him.
He didn't want anything to do with them.
Because they'll find out where that child is. They're pretty good at that shit.
Yeah, and Tim Miller knows what he's doing. He's the one that got Teresa Balboa to talk.
That man there, after his child got killed, he's on a mission from God. And any little kid that's missing, and he's gonna find out. I believe Tim will find out one way or another. Or he'll tell you they can't be found, you know. And
you guys remember Polly Klaas that died?
Yeah. The guy climbed in the house and kidnapped her and killed her.
Yeah, it's a true abduction story, okay? Her father, Mark Klaas, however you say their last name. I don't want to butcher it. He's been on a mission the entire time. He reached out to the family and they won't talk to him. And he's got the Polly Klaas Foundation.
Right.
Which I thought was very strange that you wouldn't take that help. I get when law enforcement's involved, the TBI could have been like, nah, we don't need their help. But still, it just was odd. It could have been, they're all over Facebook. At least say, hey, Mark Klaas, reached out, or John Walsh reached out, but told them, don't need your help at this time. The authorities have it.
Think about it. Put yourself in their position. If people come volunteer to help you go look for your kid, and you saying that they could be anywhere out here in these woods and stuff, I didn't see Don or Candace offer to get up off their ass and fucking volunteer to go with these people that they had personal knowledge of the woods, which would have helped Tim Miller's crew out. And, I would have done anything to help the cops, even take the stupid polygraph, just to satisfy their ass one way or another.
I think Candace and Dawn just have it in their heads that there's no way she would have ran off into the forest, which could be true. But people like predators would take her into the forest. You know what I mean?
Why would you turn down help from people? That's what I'm getting at. Both of these fuckers are guilty. I don't know about the kid, but they're guilty of something. And they're definitely trying to hide a bunch of shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like a cat covering shit. That's what I feel like Don and Candace is doing. They're playing the old dummy routine in front of the public, but they're not stupid. And that's why I'm telling you, Don's scared to death, because if he did have anything in any way for that child to go missing, he knows what's waiting for him in the penitentiary. It ain't going to be pretty.
A lot of those men in the penitentiary miss their daughters at home. They don't like to hear things like that.
Well, you don't.
Olivia just
it was like us in the Navy.
Candace. Listen, guys. Olivia says, I think Allison has in for Candace and told more than a few exaggerations in her interview. I totally believe that, because that interview with Hunter and Allison was just the weirdest shit I've ever seen.
It was messy. It was completely messy. The mother, oh my gosh, come on. You're on TV, girl. Pull your shirt down.
I mean, they're sitting outside. First of all, you got a goddamn dining room table sitting on your porch. You're blowing smoke in his face. You're bringing out old coffee cups with Mountain Dew.
And her head's in her phone while her son's like, yeah, I got a twisted tea and a vape. Like, girl, this is obviously the norm. He obviously vapes and drinks twisted tea all the time. She didn't seem surprised by it at all.
Sitting like, 2 feet from your son, saying, oh yeah, I took the twisted tea. I did this and I did that. And, even Chris was like, no more vaping for him. He didn't bring up the alcohol. And she's like shaking her head.
While she's smoking her cigarette and blowing it in.
On her phone, yelling at Deborah, the neighbor, yelling at dogs and shit. And I'm you have nothing better to do?
Yeah, that interview was just their 5 minutes of fame. I personally feel like they don't have anything to do with Summer being missing. That's just my opinion. I think it was just a 5 minute of fame. I think whatever happened to Summer happened after Hunter was dropped off.
I mean, they were like cats covered in shit. They were so happy. They could not believe the attention they were getting. I'm like, you guys don't get it.
Straight up.
Yeah, you're fucking suspects, you dumbasses.
Yeah, it just kind of blew up. Like, really,
I feel
it was just
terrible for
like you wonder what she thought of herself looking back. Like,
and I tell people in every case, I'm like, look, the internet will change on you in a heartbeat, in a minute. They can love you 1 second, the next minute they hate you.
Look, like the gentleman that was on before me.
Yep.
He was an addict and an alcoholic, and he could read both of them like a fucking book. You know, you need to take what he said to heart, because he's speaking because they can't fool him. And like he said, he praise God, but he don't think the poor child's alive, and there's a reason for it. And he kind of alluded to Don, you know. A leper never changes his spot since he was a child, and his boy was the same way, right? Penitentiary for fucking molestation of children. So I got my focus on them two. I'm not worried about nobody else, because in the end, they had the responsibility of the safety of that child, and they failed. All their kids, they failed them as a parent.
oh yeah.
No
You know,
kid
like,
needs to, in the United States, no fucking kid needs to live like that. Period.
And you don't need, like, to fix that house up. You could have made a proper staircase without money. Like, you could have opened that cupboard space up, right?
They could have went and put the word out in the neighborhood for carpenters. And like I know in the country, you ain't got money. You can trade and barter your labor to help other people. If you can get the materials give to you, you can get people out there know what the hell they're doing, and they'll do it for you for nothing. And that's Christians, you know, helping people out when they need to be helped out.
Has anyone ever told you sound like Samuel L. Jackson?
No.
Because you kind of do.
Because I'm plain spoken?
Yes.
Something about your voice. Something about it. I like it.
I've been honest all my life. My daddy and my mama raised me that way, and if I got caught, they beat the shit out of me. And, you know, I earned every whooping I ever got. And it was good for me. And that's what's wrong with fucking society now. There's no whoop your kids shit. My brothers raised their kids like that, and they were fucking raving lunatics. They got no discipline, so nobody hate on me. I'll put my family out there first. But it's a generational. They were trained in school from, I'd say, I was born in 60. I went through segregation in elementary and all that stuff. But I had a damn decent education in high school that's better than any college education, because I was taught real history from, Mesopotamia and all the way through.
You're right, Ruby. They didn't talk that whole day. What did they feed Summer that day? I heard about the slushy and apparently Skittles, but that was old. So what did she eat all day? I'm not saying that would kill her, but that is certainly not proper thing to do. You feed your kid, for crying out loud, especially on a hot day.
But
did they just not talk about it, or did they really not feed her?
Was the fucking refrigerator have any food in it at all?
Well, I think now because
but I was saying the same thing as Ruby. They were, all day
junk food
all day long, and they went to Sonic and got a slushie. I'm like, can you get her a corn dog? Hunter's got to eat. Someone in that car's got to eat. At some point, you got to eat. And even Chris asked, did you have anything to eat?
Especially like on a hot day, like, oh my gosh, like you could faint anything.
Well, I don't know. When I was a kid on summer days, I didn't eat. I eat a little something for breakfast. But if you're outside playing in the heat like those kids are, You
Yeah.
ain't got no fucking appetite, man, during the summertime in the heat. All you want to do is drink stuff.
That's true. I've even said that before. Like, you do lose your appetite when it's hot.
And that's
I
true.
don't.
But a mom knows better, and she knows you got to eat something.
Yeah, exactly. You got to eat something.
Take it. I
Where-
mean,
where-
I grew up in the heat. My kids did, and I would tell them, you know, you got to at least eat something.
Well,
Even if
were
it's
they on?
full of peanut butter, you got to
Yeah,
eat something.
something. Yeah.
Were they?
That's right.
Were they on some type of assistance? You know, food stamps. You know, welfare.
Oh, I would imagine. I would imagine.
I don't think so, because actually Dawn makes good money and they own property.
Okay.
Oh,
They
Well, I'm
own
just
property.
asking because some people don't have the money, poor people, to feed
But
a
if you've got
family.
money for twisted tea, vapes are expensive.
Vapes are expensive. They are.
Yeah, especially
if
if there's a THC kind like I
And
use.
she said she bought 2.
And you're running around the whole day. I mean,
That's $100 right there. If it's pot,
If it's a THC one, yeah.
that's 50 a pop.
But Candace said it wasn't. But Hunter
How
said
do
it
you
was.
know? Why did they take a drug test when they child? See if I was a cop, the first thing I'd done, I'd have dragged them two straight on in, and immediately, since they were under suspicion of child neglect, I'd have told them, "You're going to jail, or you peeing in the cup, because we need to know what we're dealing with here."
right.
And fuck the civil rights your civil rights when you got children and you're letting them live like them people live. I'm worried more about the kids. I ain't worried about you no more.
Well, I think that the police might be wait, didn't they throw her in the back of the cop car
I hope they did.
and send her right to the station to do a polygraph?
According to Candace, yes, they did.
Yeah.
According to her, yes, they did.
Mhm.
I wouldn't have let her out of fucking jail, or him or her out of jail till they peed in a cup.
I know. I wish we ran the criminal justice system, but we don't, unfortunately.
And that's coming from a pothead like me, man. I'm calling the kettle black. But I'm single, divorced. I've been divorced. I got animals for kids, okay? I prefer to live that way. Animals don't lie to you. They're about as honest as you can get. And people, they suck.
And that's why with the dogs around there, I will never understand this.
How did they feed them?
Well, they're pretty skinny dogs, as you know. I mean, I don't know. I mean, are there any dogs on there that they actually adopted? Are they all strays? I don't know. She said there were 7 under the house.
Look, they couldn't feed the kids decent. Anybody that's a decent animal owner, has to buy worming medicine, this, that, and that. I spend $400, $500, $600 a month feeding animals, outside animals, inside animals. I'm an animal freak, okay? And I treat my animals, all of them, way better than these two ever treated their kids. And that's what's got me pissed about the whole situation. Here I am, somebody that ain't, don't have to spend my money on fucking outside animals. That's why I got that handle, Raccoon Man, because I feed and take care of raccoons, possums, squirrels. I live out on a lake. I got doves, quails, foxes, you name it. It comes on my back porch. You want something to eat? I go through about 400 pounds of dog food a month, and 400 pounds to 600 pounds of sunflower seeds, and 400 pounds of hen scratch. And you add that shit up, it ain't cheap. And
No, it's not. It's not easy to feed animals, children, or yourself.
right. And I'm looking at it like I can sacrifice, another fancy car out of my life or some luxury, right? I take my money and put it to doing something good. And it might not make sense to nobody else but me, but I believe that the wildlife needs to be, given a little hand considering what we do to their environment. Where I'm at, they cut all the hardwood trees down for space for pine trees. This is for pine tree farming down here.
Right.
And
Now where we're at, just give me a general area in Louisiana.
kind of in the center.
Oh, um, like Alexandria?
Yeah, I'm not near, but I'm close to Alexandria.
Okay. So you're kind of by the swamp.
I live out on a Cypress Lake swamp.
Okay.
I got alligators. I got everything out here. But
oh my God, my husband would love you. He would love to live in Louisiana.
oh, it's fun. But I'm just saying, using me, you know, is it a mental illness that I spend this much money on animals and have compassion for animals? You could say I'm crazy. Most normal people wouldn't do that. But on the same hand, I'm looking at these people and I'm thinking they're feeding their drug habit and neglecting their kids. You see, they're taking the necessary money to take care of them children because they're not spending money on them.
Right.
To be honest.
No, they're not. And the thing is, you're not being crazy. You're taking care of your home.
I just have empathy for animals. I was in some serious shit over in the Middle East, okay? And all I say is I've seen the worst that men can do to men, all right? We're some evil sons of bitches. I don't care what side of the line you're on. If you're the good guy or you're bad guy, when it gets down to war, war's war. And I can't shoot an animal no more when I come back because it don't have a gun in its hand. It can't protect itself. And that's how I look at the world. And I look at these children that are getting abused. They can't take care of themselves. One of these days, there's going to be a crazy son of a bitch like me go vigilante. You know what I'm saying? I might not go play by the rules to get the answer. God knows if that was one of my relatives' kids. Fuck the law. Fuck the jail. Somebody's going to talk.
Well, what do you think about the new DOD rule that's coming through Congress saying that women have to be in the draft?
I don't care. They done fucked the military up. It's not a fighting force anymore. It's Domino's Pizza delivery.
Oh, okay. Just wondering. We're on the subject. I just went off subject.
Look, I believe women have a part in certain aspects of the military, but frontline combat, naval warships, no. They have no place because they're too emotional, and rightly so. They get emotional and they'll stop and they'll freeze. And it's nature. It's not me beating on women or saying they can't do this. They can't. Women can fly planes, helicopters, drive ships, all that shit. But I'm talking down to the nut cutting. You know what I'm saying? Cutting somebody's throat, going for the kill. Do you actually think there's a good percentage of the women can handle that?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not every woman. Trust me. I couldn't do it.
That's what I'm saying. It's not in y'all's nature.
All right, so I'm going to get off of that subject. I just saw that pop up.
Yeah, okay. But what I was getting at, I see the lack of empathy and care that they displayed for their children. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I do, but I also think that it being their second family and the fact that they're under substances, okay?
It's not an excuse.
That there's so much stuff going on in that family. I can't even express it right now. I mean, the fact that the kids were taken last week, and Don's like, it's better for them. No. You should be fighting to get your kids back. And sometime this week is supposedly a hearing to get the boys back. But I mean, the
Those
boys.
kids ain't coming back. I'll tell you that, man.
Well, the more the boys are sitting at their wherever they're at, they're going to talk about what they've heard around the house, what they actually saw that day, not what they were told to see. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And I think a lot of things are going to come out soon. Nothing's ever fast in these cases. Never. And it's really strange to me that since June 15th, okay, so when a child goes missing, normally they're found within 2 days. Okay?
Yeah, one way or another.
One way or another, they find them. So someone did some work to make sure she's gone. Who would do that? Who would have that motive to make sure this little girl is gone? But you've got Dawn on Facebook saying she's been taken to Mexico. President Trump would have made sure this wasn't going to happen. Talking about the Old Testament. I mean, all kinds of crazy stuff.
Yeah, I've seen some of it, and I just, like I said, my focus is on both of them know what happened to that child. Maybe Candace didn't do it, but she knows what happened. You can't tell me a mama don't know. And this didn't happen overnight. This has been going on a while. Like you said, the photographic evidence. You can see where you never see her touching her, filming her, touching her or covering her crotch, right? And then the last pictures you see, just damn near every one of them, she's got her hands in front of her.
But it's so weird because the pictures from before Raccoon Man, she did not have her hands placed like that. This was a recent thing. I saw it in Stolen Innocence. If you see the pictures, this little girl's demeanor and the way she posed for pictures were totally different. Something happened. One person knows what they did. All right, I'm gonna get rid of this person right here. This is ridiculous. I mean, we'll take any comments or conversation, but when you guys attack, okay, 5 of you are gone today, which is a good day. All right. We're not doing that. All right, guys, I'm going to start winding this up. Hey, Raccoon Man, you come back anytime. Thank you to Kevin for coming on panel. Thank you to Snow. Ashley, thanks for moderating. Maddie, thanks for moderating. Great chat, great show, and let's see what happens next because this case will not stop. This case will not stop.